From Detroit to Houston and New York to LA, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still. Where at least there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Shout out to Forbes. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Or literally no one, because nobody's here with me right now. I have to post the link on Twitter.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Wow. And thank you, Dana.
Oh yeah, shout out to Dana White.
Thank
His
you,
speech
Kid
was
Rock,
fucking rad.
sometimes referred to as Bob. And thank you, Lee, right from the beginning. Thank you very much. What a talent. What a beautiful, beautiful soul. Thank you. Friends, delegates, and fellow citizens, I stand before you this evening with a message of confidence, strength, and hope. 4 months from now, we will have an incredible victory, and we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. Together, we will launch a new era of safety, prosperity, and freedom for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. The discord and division in our society must be healed. We must heal it quickly. As Americans, we are bound together by a single fate and a shared destiny. We rise together or we fall apart. I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America. So tonight, with faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for President of the United States. Thank you.
Trying to get somebody, get in the voice chat with me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we will do it right. Gonna do it right. Let me begin this evening by expressing my gratitude to the American people
life's like
for your
August. Oh
outpouring of love and support following the assassination attempt at my rally on Saturday.
Ah, damn, this doesn't have closed caption. Hello,
As you already know,
Magnum.
the assassin's bullet
Welcome to the stream.
came within a quarter of an inch
To my whole
of taking my
no
life.
fucking body watching.
So many people have asked
Bro,
me
be
what
like that.
happened.
Oh
Tell
yeah.
us what
Well,
happened.
I'm not
Hold
the
on,
only
hold
one
on.
stream
And
sniping
therefore, I will
some
tell
like
you
somebody
exactly
else.
what happened.
Oh no, I'm
And
fairly
you'll
certain
never
there's
hear it
multiple
from
people
me a
stream
second
sniping
time
this for
because
real.
it's
Oh,
actually
totally.
too
Shout out to
painful
Forbes,
to
by the
tell.
way, because I'm totally aping Forbes.
Yeah.
It was a warm,
W. Also, let me.
beautiful
I was
day
watching the
for
stream a
your
little bit,
evening
and then I was hearing the
in
audio
Brookwood
after a while. I was like, ah,
Township
damn.
in the
Let
great
me.
Commonwealth
Let me
of
actually pull up the
Pennsylvania.
Forbes stream and look at another.
Oh,
I
is
guess.
it like cross talking?
Music
Because it sounds fine on
was
my end.
loudly playing.
Oh no, it's more like
And
I
the
was hearing
campaign
myself
was
in the
doing
other
really
one, so I
Oh
was like,
yeah,
ah.
yeah.
I went to the
So I just
stage
muted
and
that.
the
I just went on
crowd
Rumble right now.
was cheering wildly. Everybody was happy. I began speaking very strongly, powerfully, and happily. Ready to begin? Because I was discussing
Happily.
the great job my administration did on immigration at the southern border. We were very proud of it.
Well, genuinely, like,
Behind me
I tried to get Liar to
And
be
to the
here,
right
but like he's
was a
working
large
right now.
screen that
I was gonna say, I thought he was probably gonna be
displaying a
asleep.
chart
No, he's at
Honestly.
work because
of
it's the
border
afternoon
crossings under my leadership.
in Australia right now. Or
The
early
numbers
afternoon, I think.
were absolutely
Seriously.
amazing.
So let me put on my
In
earphones
order
because I was
to see
noticing
the
that since I'm using
I
speakers right now, it's
started
like
to, like this,
going through my mic
turn
sometimes.
to my
Yeah,
right
I'm with you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
and was ready to
There we
begin
go.
a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear.
Sadly,
I said
the
to
ones that were
myself, wow,
shooting the
what
guy
was
took
that?
their time, and
Yeah. Well, I will
It
say
can
this,
only
man.
be a bullet.
The fact that somebody
And
had a
moved
high-speed
my right
camera in
hand
the
to my
crowd
ear,
right there,
brought
that
it
is a little
down.
sus.
My hand was covered with blood. Just absolutely.
was it
blood
high
all over the
speed
place.
or was it like
I immediately knew it was
Well, or
Almost
very
a-
it
serious
could
that
just
we
be
were
like a
under
really good
attack.
camera that can do like
And
120
in
frames
one
per second.
movement
I
proceeded
guess
to
maybe
drop
could 120 frames per second
the
catch a
ground.
bullet. I don't know.
Bullets
because like
were
the way
continuing to fly
that I assumed it was gonna be is
as
because
very
like those
brave
guys normally
Secret
just
Service
like
agents
they
rushed
take a
to
bunch
the
of photos
stage, and
normally
they
just
really
in
did.
general
Yeah, he
in
might have-
order to get like a volume
And he
of
might have just got lucky. He just happened
Yeah,
to catch the
exactly.
bullet.
yeah.
That's possible.
These are great people at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that.
Oh, I love you, Laura. Marry me.
The amazing thing is that prior to the shot, if I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin's bullet would have perfectly hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight. We would not be together. The most incredible aspect of what took place on that terrible
Here,
evening
let me get your
in the
avatar
fading
out and toss
sun
it up on the screen. I didn't think
was
to do that.
actually seen later.
Where's
In
my
almost
avatar
all
folder where I
cases,
have
as you
everybody's
probably
avatars?
know, and when even a single
Oh, perfect. I got your
bullet
old
is
one
fired,
of
just a
the
single
little
bullet,
anime girl wearing the MAGA hat
and
with
we
her horn
had
sticking
many
out the top.
bullets that were being fired,
Oh no,
crowds
that's my
run
current
for
one
the
still.
exits
Oh,
or
I didn't realize. Oh,
stampede,
well, that works out, doesn't it?
but not in this
Yeah.
case. It's very unusual. This massive crowd of tens of thousands of people stood by and didn't move an inch. In fact, many of them bravely but automatically stood up looking for where the sniper would be. They knew immediately it was a sniper. And then began pointing at him. You can see that if you look at the group behind me. That was just a small group compared to what was in front. Nobody ran, and by not stampeding, many lives were saved. But that isn't the reason that they didn't move. The reason is that they knew I was in very serious trouble. They saw it. They saw me go down. They saw the blood and thought, actually, most did, that I was dead. They knew it was a shot to the head. They saw the blood.
Yeah, what was it?
And
Rip
there's an
was a
interesting
Corey
statistic.
Comparator.
The ears are the bloodiest part.
Yep,
If
Corey
something happens
Comparatore.
with the ears, they
Yep.
bleed
Very
more than
fucking
any other
Italian
part
name.
of the body.
Yeah?
For whatever reason, the doctors told me that. And I said, why is there so much blood? They said, "It's the
Comparatore.
ears. They
Like, I didn't know the
bleed more."
E was pronounced.
So we learned something, but
I didn't think
They
so at
just-
first, but then I heard J.D. Vance say it during his speech, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
they just,
I
this
see.
beautiful
I was calling
crowd,
him,
they didn't want to leave
Corey
me. They knew I was in
Comparator.
trouble. They didn't want
Yeah.
to leave me. And you can see that love written all over their faces. They're incredible people. They're incredible people. Bullets were flying over us, yet I felt serene. But now the Secret Service agents were putting themselves in peril. They were in very dangerous territory. Bullets were flying right over them, missing them by a very small amount of inches. And then it all stopped. Our Secret Service sniper, from a much greater distance and with only one bullet used, took the assassin's life, took him out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Too bad he
Honestly-
was watching him the whole time. He had plenty of
I'm
time
not
to line up the
supposed to
shot.
be here tonight. Not supposed to
That's
be
why
here.
he only needed one bullet.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized.
What?
So I was watching it on Rumble, and it's actually ahead of the Forbes stream. So that's why I was like, ah. So let me. So I'm watching on the Forbes stream now, though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But I'm not.
But I'm not.
And I'll tell you, I stand before you in this arena only by the grace of Almighty God.
Yeah?
Well, you know what? Here, let me.
No, I'm watching on
the
Forbes now. It's all
reports
perfect.
No. I
Over
was
the
gonna-
last
I
few
was gonna
days,
move
many
you.
people say it was
All
a
right.
providential,
Oh, that's my bad.
Yeah,
moment.
because
Probably was.
let's
When I
let the-
rose, surrounded
let's
by
let the
Secret
Forbes stream
Service,
have. You know, I don't want to.
the crowd was confused because they
their
thought I
logo
was
on the
dead.
screen.
Yeah.
And there was
Also
great,
liar.
great sorrow. I could see that on
Did he
their
show us?
faces as I looked out.
Yeah?
They didn't know I was looking out. They thought it was over. But I could see it.
Oh,
I
nope.
And he left.
wanted to do
Sag.
something to let them know I was okay. I raised my right arm, looked at the thousands and thousands of people that were breathlessly waiting, and started shouting, "Fight, fight, fight."
Oh shit! I gotta click on mine. I got a bingo card over here.
W bingo card.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Such a base photo.
Once
Still. Oh
my
my
clenched
god.
fist went up, and it was high into the air. You've all seen that. The crowd realized I was okay and roared with pride for our country like no crowd I have ever heard before. Never heard anything like it. For the rest of my life, I will be grateful for the love shown by that giant audience of patriots that stood bravely on that fateful evening in Pennsylvania. Tragically, the shooter claimed the life of one of our fellow Americans, Corey
It trumps that comparator.
Comparator.
Yeah.
Unbelievable person, everybody tells me. Unbelievable. And seriously wounded, two other great warriors. Spoke to them today. David Dutch and James Copenhaver. Two great people. I also spoke to all three families of these tremendous people. Our love and prayers are with them and always will be. We're never going to forget them. They came for a great rally They were serious Trumpsters, I want to tell you. They were serious Trumpsters and still are. But Corey, unfortunately, we have to use the past tense. He was incredible. He was a highly respected former fire chief, respected by everybody. Was accompanied by his wife, Helen, incredible woman. I spoke to her today, devastated, and 2 precious daughters. He lost his life selflessly acting as a human shield to protect them from flying bullets. He went right over the top of them and was hit. What a fine man he was.
Damn.
Yep, that's his gear.
Damn.
I want to thank the fire department and the family for sending his helmet, his outfit, and it was just something, and they're going to do something very special when they get it. But we did something which cannot match what happened, not even close. But I am very proud to say that over the past few days, we've raised $6.3 million for the families of David, James, and Corey, including from a friend of mine just called up. He sent me a check
Elon
right
Musk.
here. I just got it. $1 million
Oh, no.
Yep.
from Dan Newland. Thank you, Dan. And again, when speaking to the family, I told them, I said, well, I'm going to be sending you a lot of money, but it can't compensate. They all said the same thing. You're right, sir. We appreciate so much what you're doing, but nothing can take the place in the case of Corey and the other 2. By the way, they were very, very seriously injured, but now they're doing very
That's actually
well.
good to hear. I haven't heard much about the other 2.
No, I
They're
haven't.
going to be doing very
I'd
well.
only heard that they were in critical but stable condition, and then I didn't hear anything after that.
They're warriors. So now I ask that we observe a moment of silence in honor of our friend Corey.
Damn, dude. You could hear a pin drop in that fucking place.
For real.
There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for others. This is the spirit that forged America in her darkest hours. And this is the love that
not only
will lead
including his
America
like
back
small
to the
speech
summit
yesterday,
of human
even now
achievement
he's been much
and
more, I
greatness.
guess,
This is what we need.
religious.
Despite
in his,
such
like,
a
speech.
heinous attack,
Yeah, probably.
we unite this evening more determined
whenever you
than ever. I am more
whenever you get that
determined than
close to
ever, and
death,
so are you. So is
that
everybody.
happens, that happens to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And surprisingly, he has only done 2 things on my Trump bingo card.
Thank you very much.
He spent a lot of time talking about the assassination attempt, and he started the speech with unity, so okay.
Our resolve is unbroken and our purpose is unchanged to deliver a government that serves the American people better than ever before. Nothing will stop me in this mission because our vision is righteous and our cause is pure. No matter what obstacle comes our way, we will not
Hey,
break, we will not
there he
bend.
is.
We will not back down,
Hey,
and I will
let me
never
get
stop
your-
fighting
let
for
me get your
you,
thingy out.
your family, and our magnificent country. Never.
What? My dick's out for Harambe.
Except for Harambe. No. Your avatar, sir.
And everything I have to give with
Okay.
all of the
Where
energy
is
and
Bishop
fight in
Liar?
my heart and soul, I pledge to our nation tonight. Thank you
shit.
very much.
I
I
know where
pledge
Bishop
that to
Liar
our
is.
nation. We're going to turn our nation around, and we're going to do it very quickly. Thank you.
Whoa, you're big.
This election should be about the issues facing our country and how to make America successful, safe, free, and great again.
Up. Boom. Finally. Number 3 on the bingo card.
In an age when our politics too often divide us, now is the time to remember that we are all fellow citizens. We are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
But no, liars, like getting shot in the head will do that to you. It's like, joke's on you. I was religious before I got shot.
Yeah.
And we must not criminalize dissent or demonize political disagreement, which is what's been happening in our country lately at a level that nobody has ever seen before. In that spirit, the Democrat Party should immediately stop weaponizing the justice system and labeling their political opponent as an enemy of democracy.
Come on. I want to win the bingo game.
Especially since that is not true. In fact, I am the one saving democracy for the people of our country.
I got fucking Warframe.
And very big news, as you probably just read.
I just
Monday,
closed my
major
Genshin.
ruling
So
was
there's that.
handed down from a highly respected federal judge in Florida, Eileen Cannon, finding that the prosecutor and the fake documents case against me were totally unconstitutional, and the entire case
Oh, that's
was
such a
thrown
big
out
W for
of
real.
Oh,
court.
I know, it's huge.
With all of that publicity thrown out of court.
Oh, but by the way, liar, we're live on YouTube, so
If Democrats want to unify our country,
you know.
they should drop these partisan
Clean it
witch
up a
hunts,
bit.
which I have been going through for approximately 8 years. And they should do that without delay and allow an election to proceed that is worthy of our people. We're going to win it anyway, but worthy of our people. On this journey, I am deeply honored to be joined by my amazing wife, Melania.
GOAT First Lady.
W for real.
Absolute GOAT First Lady.
And unlike Michelle, an actual lady.
Yeah, like there's no bulge in that skirt. Listen, she doesn't have a dick. She just has a big fupa.
And Melania, thank you very much.
Facts.
You also
Big labia,
did
you know?
something really beautiful, a letter to America calling for national unity, and it really took the
Goddamn.
Republican Party by surprise. I will tell you, it was beautiful.
God, man, Liar and I were talking about this the other day. She's 54, dude.
Wait, actually?
Yes, I didn't even think she was that old. I thought she was like 48, 49.
In fact, some very serious
something like
people
that.
said that we should
Hold
Liar was all
take
right.
That's
that
expensive.
letter
Liar was
and
all
put
like,
it as part of
no,
the
she's older than that. I was like,
Republican
he's like,
platform.
she's
That would be an honor,
mid-50s. And I was like,
wouldn't it?
holy shit.
Right? Mr. Congressman?
Thinking, like, has she had any
But it
work done?
captivated
Okay.
so
She
many, so
probably
I also
has.
want to
But if
Yeah.
it
thank
seems
my
to be
It's
entire
very.
family for
That's what I was
being
gonna
here.
say. It's
Don,
very
Kimberly,
like minute. It's actually
Ivanka
really
and
crazy.
Jared, Eric and Lara, Tiffany and Michael, Barron. We love all
W.
Barron.
Barron.
absolute Chad.
And of course, my 10 wonderful grandchildren. You saw a few of them up there on my lap before.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Like, Biden's kids
And how
have,
good
like,
was that?
Hunter has a
Was
fucking
that
illegitimate child that
Yeah,
even
was he
Biden
good?
won't have fucking anything to do with.
You know, he
Meanwhile,
was on
Trump's got 10 fucking grandkids,
probably
and they
the
all
only
absolutely
vacation he's had
worship
in
the man.
about
Yeah.
because he works for
Oh,
about
man.
10 years with his wife.
Listen,
Very
you
far
fire,
away. I
And
don't
like-
know
fire a
where
gun
you were,
into
but
a crowd of
very, very far
Democrats.
away.
You hit
Beautiful place.
pedophiles and felons and
my people
domestic
called and
abusers.
he said, yeah, I
Fire
won't
into
be
a
able to
crowd of
do it. This is
Republicans and you
many, many
hit
years.
like
I promised
beloved
my wife
family
I can't
men.
do it.
And
They
you
came
know
in and
what?
they said,
The
"They won't
funniest
be
thing
able to do
is, it's already been proven
He was
true
my
at
first,
Rittenhouse.
second, and third choice.
Well,
Yeah.
what you just said.
Yeah, that's the joke.
I
That
said,
people
well, you know,
use that as like, that's
too
what happened
bad,
at,
but I understand
you know.
he's away, and it's good. It's
Oh,
good for him.
yeah.
And that was it. About 30 minutes
And
later.
unlike
she came back in, "Sir,
Dave's
Jill,
just
called. He's going to
Melania
court."
actually seems like she
And his
cares about
wife,
Trump.
She said,
Yeah,
"You
she does.
can't turn him down. You just can't do it. You have to go." That's
You
a
know,
good
Jill,
wife.
bro. Like honestly, I find that Jill's probably more evil than Joe.
Only insofar that she
So
still
he
has, she
got on
still
a
seems to
plane.
have all
He
her
got
mental
here a little while
faculties.
ago. Now he's going to get on the
And
plane
Joe-
in a little
Joe
while, and
clearly
he's going to
doesn't,
go
so
back
he's
home to his
being
wife.
puppeted by somebody.
They're great,
And as far as
I
I
just
know,
wanna
what
thank
I've
her
read,
and him and their
the
whole
person who
family,
has
'cause
the
that's
most
not easy.
consistent, constant
And
access
Kid Rock,
to
same
Joe
thing.
is Jill.
Called. He said,
Yep.
Now Jill and Hunter, because apparently Hunter's
"He said
up
I
his
want
ass
to be
now.
a part of it.
Oh my goodness.
Like Hunter's
I want
everywhere
to be
with
a
him.
part because you know, Kid
Liar and
does
I covered
this
it on the show a
great
couple weeks
song,
ago.
big
that,
monster
my
song.
He's been
I had
sitting
no
in on
idea. You know, he became a
fucking
friend
White
of
House
mine over
meetings
the
and
last
shit that he
10
has no
years.
business being on.
And
Oh, my
he's
God.
amazing. Everyone loves him. I didn't even know how big he was. You know, he has rallies, 35, 40,000 people he gets every time he goes out. I think he's making so much money he doesn't know what the hell to do with it. You want to know? And then we have my other friend, and I've known him so long, and we took that song, and it was a big success, but we made that. I saw a chart of great songs to America. That was #1 on the chart recently, #1. So that's Lee Greenwood, a very special, beautiful person. He's a beautiful man. But they all wanted to be here. They called. And how about the Hulkster? How good was he? Is he up?
Yeah, it was insane.
Where is
Like,
he?
he had
Yeah.
like, all kinds of energy.
Boy, oh
Yeah.
boy. You know, they may call that entertainment. I know about entertainment, but when he used to lift a 350-pound man over his shoulders and then bench press him 2 rows into the audience, I say maybe entertainment, but he is one strong son of a gun. I will tell you, I watched it many times. There aren't a lot of entertainers that can do that, right? You were fantastic. Thank you very much. Followed by Eric. What was that all about? Boy, that was good. I didn't want to really come up here. But he was so great, and he's such a good young man. He went through a lot of trouble, and Don last night was incredible. He went through so much trouble. They got subpoenaed more than any people probably in the history of the United States. Every week they get another subpoena from the Democrats, crazy Nancy Pelosi, the whole thing. Just boom, boom, boom.
Boom. Another one
Bingo?
on the list. Yep, another one on the bingo list.
They've got to stop
W.
that because they're destroying our country. We have to work on making America great again, not on beating people. And we won. We beat them and all. We beat them on the impeachments. We beat them on indictments. We beat them. But the time that you have to spend, if they would devote that genius to helping our country, we'd have a much stronger and better country. And Jason, the biggest star in country music. Jason, thank you for being here. Jason, thank you very much. Jason Aldean, he's good. I like his wife even better, by the way. She's here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Of course he does.
But I'm
W.
thrilled to have a new friend and partner fighting by my side. The next Vice President
Boom.
of the United
Next.
States, the
Boom.
current Senator from Ohio,
J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance, and his incredible wife, Usha.
Bro's the classic white guy with Indian wife.
Yeah, I know.
I like it.
I
That's
know,
funny.
it's great.
Uh,
It's fucking hilarious. I'm telling you, man, I gotta go get me a pudgy girl. That's where
Going
it's
to be a
at.
great
that's how Bro met Vivek, probably, right?
this country and with his movement, greatest movement in the history of our country. Make America great again.
Yeah, I mean, him.
When they criticize it, they say
they-
we're going to try and
Vivek
stop
and,
MAGA. I said MAGA is make America
JD,
great
they're
again.
supposedly
We're
like
gonna
good
stop.
friends
There's
from
nothing
law
to
school,
say.
Yeah,
right?
they went to
Yeah.
school together. Yeah.
Then they say, "Oh, that's
Probably
right. It's very
hung out
tough
in the
to
same
fight it."
circles, and then ended up hitting on the same chicks.
And all of the people
Yeah,
that did
I mean,
try
yeah.
and fight it have failed.
Probably.
But
I mean,
he's
I
gonna
wouldn't.
be with us
I
for a
imagine it's
long
just like,
time,
he's
and
friends
it
with
was
an
an
Indian
honor
guy.
to select
They went
him.
to the same
Great,
school,
great student
entirely
at
possible. I
Yale.
mean, he
His
met
wife
his wife
was a
in
great
college,
student
so
at Yale. They met at Yale.
Yeah.
These
he
are two
probably met
smart
her
people.
through Vivek.
Yeah.
Not
They're like the same
necessarily
connections,
Vivek,
right?
JD,
like not
you're gonna
necessarily
be doing
Vivek
this for a
introduced
long
them,
time.
but probably
Enjoy
like
the
because
ride.
he knew Vivek, that put him in a room where he ran into her.
Yeah. Because, like, normally, like, those sorts of races tend to, like, stay together, like,
And a very
meet each other and
special
things like
thank
that.
you
Oh,
to
yeah.
the
Well,
we all
extraordinary
do
that,
people
yeah.
of
Yeah.
Milwaukee and the great
But,
state.
it's,
Where white
Howard
people
ended
were
up
not
like
allowed
that.
to say it out in the open. We
Oh,
just
there they
do
are.
things that minorities don't like
There
to do.
they are. That's,
And it
Yeah.
the
you
problem
are
kind of
so
solves itself.
easy to spot.
No, seriously, it's all like, hey, let's
And
go
Green
on a
Bay's gonna have
nature
a good team
trail.
this year, right?
Hey, but that's how you get reduced crime rates in better communities, you know?
They're gonna have a good team.
We're going to go on
Most
a hike
of the
to a
audience
nature
doesn't
trail.
like it, but it's true.
Guaranteed.
You're gonna have a
Nothing but
great
white
team
people.
this year.
Yeah.
And by the way, Wisconsin, we are spending over $250 million here creating jobs and other economic development all over the place. So I hope you will remember this in November and give us your vote. I am trying to buy your vote.
Just
I'll
call,
be honest about that.
call it like it is.
Yeah. Hey, at least he's doing it in a legal way, unlike the,
Yeah, the Democrats.
And I
yeah.
promise we will make Wisconsin great again. We're going to make it.
Come on, say Milwaukee. I need it for the bingo card.
Thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you very much.
Say Milwaukee.
I'm here tonight to lay out a vision
God damn
for
it.
the whole nation.
I think that would probably
Every
be near the
citizen,
end of the
whether you're a
speech.
young or old man or woman, Democrat, Republican, or independent, black or white, Asian or Hispanic, I extend to you a hand of loyalty and of friendship. Together we will lead America to new heights of
Unity.
greatness
Well, I already
like
got unity.
the world has never seen before. We were right there in the first term. We got hit with COVID. We did a great job. Nobody knew what it was, but nobody's ever seen an economy pre-COVID. And then we handed over a stock market that was substantially higher than just prior to COVID. Coming in, did a great job. Never got credit for that. We got credit for the war and defeating ISIS and so many things. The great economy, the biggest tax cuts ever, the biggest regulation cuts ever.
Space
Space
Force.
Force, the rebuilding of
Yes.
our military. We did so much.
Too bad Space Force wasn't on
We
my
did
bingo
so
card.
much. Right to
Yeah.
try. Right to try is a big deal. We got right to try. They were trying to get that for 52 years. Somebody's terminally ill, and hopefully there's nobody in this audience, but it does happen a lot. They're terminally ill and they can't use our new space age drugs and other things that we are way ahead. We have the greatest doctors in the world, the greatest laboratories in the world, and you can't do it. They've been trying to get that approved for 52 years. Wasn't that easy? The insurance companies didn't want to do it. They didn't want the risk. The labs didn't want to do it because if it didn't work, people are pretty far down the line toward death. They didn't want to do it. The doctors didn't want to have it on their records, so I got everybody into an office. 52 years they tried. Sounds simple, but it's not. And I got them to agree that somebody that needs it will, instead of going to Asia, Europe, or someplace, or if you have no money, going home and dying, just die. We got them to sign an agreement, agree to it, where they're not going to sue anybody. They're going to get all of this stuff. They're going to get it really fast. And what's happened is we're saving thousands and thousands of lives. It's incredible. Right to try. It's a great feeling. Under our leadership, the United States will be respected again. No nation will question our power. No enemy will doubt our might. Our borders will be totally secure. Our economy will soar. We will return law and order to our streets, patriotism to our schools, and importantly, we will restore peace, stability, and harmony all throughout the world. But to achieve this future, we must first rescue our nation from failed and even incompetent leadership. We have totally incompetent leadership. This will be the most important election in the history of our country. Under the current administration, we are indeed a nation in decline. We have an inflation crisis that is making life unaffordable, ravaging the incomes of working and low-income families. and crushing, just simply crushing our people like never before. They've never seen anything like it. We also have an illegal immigration crisis, and it's taking place right now as we sit here in this beautiful arena. It's a massive invasion at our southern border that has spread misery, crime, poverty, disease, and destruction to communities all across our land. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Then there's an international crisis, the likes of which the world has seldom been part of. Nobody can believe what's happening. War is now raging in Europe and the Middle East. A growing specter of conflict hangs over Taiwan, Korea, the Philippines, and all of Asia. And our planet is teetering on the edge of World War III. And this will be a war like no other war because of weaponry. The weapons are no longer army tanks going back and forth shooting at each other. These weapons are obliteration.
Say China, I need it for the bingo card.
It's time for a change. This administration can't come close to solving the problems. We're dealing with very tough, very fierce people. They're fierce people. And we don't have fierce people. We have people that are a lot less than fierce, except when it comes to actions and a couple of other things. Then they're fierce.
It's crazy to think he should still have been president.
I know.
So tonight,
but I really don't think they can fortify it this time.
Pledge
the groundswell right now, it's going to be too big to
I will end the devastating inflation crisis.
And you have a lot more people watching them this time too.
And lower the cost of energy. We will drill,
drill, baby, drill.
That's what we like to hear. I need you to hear. I need you to say, build the wall, though. Can we build the wall? I really want to build that wall.
I need it too.
I need that wall for my bingo card.
Can you believe what they're doing? But by doing that, we will lead a large-scale decline in prices. Prices will start to come down. Energy raised it. They took our energy policies and destroyed them. Then they immediately went back to them, but by that time, so much was lost. But we will do it at levels that nobody's ever seen before, and we'll end lots of different things. We'll start paying off debt and start lowering taxes even further. We gave you the largest tax cut. We'll do it more. You know, people don't realize I brought taxes way down, way down, and yet we took in more revenues the following year than we did when the tax rate was much higher. Most people said, how did you do that? Because it was incentive. Everybody was coming to the country. They were bringing back billions and billions of dollars.
It's annoying to think that there's a lot of people that don't understand that sort of basic idea.
Yeah, I know. Incentives.
And the legal complications were far too great.
You learn that just from video games too, like City Skylines taught that basically.
Yeah, I know.
Apple and so many other companies were brought back into our nation, and we had an economy the likes of which no nation had ever seen. China, we were beating them.
China?
Finally.
China?
At levels that were incredible.
Oh my God.
And they
close.
know it.
I just needed if I win, I get bingo if he mentions Antifa and Mitch McConnell.
I will end the illegal immigration crisis by closing our border and finishing the wall, most of which I've already built.
I got it.
You got bingo?
No, I got the wall.
Oh, yeah.
On the wall, we were dealing with a very difficult Congress, and I said, that's okay. We won't go to Congress. I call it an invasion. We gave our military almost $800 billion. I said, I'm going to take a little of that money because this is an invasion, and we built, most of the wall is already built, and we built it through using the funds because what's better than that? We have to stop the invasion into our country that's killing hundreds of thousands of people a year.
Yeah,
I'm not going to let that happen.
I also said that's what he should do from the beginning. Fuck Congress. He should declare it a national security emergency and make the military pay for the wall.
International crisis,
which is what he did.
That the current administration
Also, what's
has
that
created,
gold Trump hat? That shit looks
the
nice.
horrible war with Russia and Ukraine, which would have never happened.
Russia, Ukraine. I get bingo if he mentions Barack Obama.
The attack on Israel which would have never happened if I was president.
I got Israel.
Iran was
Okay.
broke. Iran had no money. Now Iran has $250 billion. They made it all over the last 2.5 years. They were broke. I watched the other day on a show called Deface the Nation. Has anyone seen it? And they had a congressman who was a Democrat say, well, whether you like him or not, Iran was broke dealing with Trump. I told China and other countries, if you buy from Iran, we will not let you do any business in this country, and we will put tariffs on every product you do send in of 100% or more. And they said to me, well, I think that's about it. They weren't going to buy any oil. And they were ready to make a deal. Iran was going to make a deal with us. And then we had that horrible, horrible result that we'll never let happen again. The election result, we're never going to let that happen again. They used COVID to cheat. We're never going to let it happen again. And they took off all the sanctions, and they did everything possible for Iran. And now Iran is very close to having a nuclear weapon, which would have never happened. This is a shame what this administration, the damage that this administration has done. And I say it often. If you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States, think of it, the 10 worst, added them up, they will not have done the damage that Biden has done. Only going to use the term once. Biden. I'm not going to use the name anymore, just one time.
Well, I'm definitely not going to
The
get Sleepy
damage
Joe.
that he's done to this country is unthinkable. It's unthinkable. Together we will restore vision, strength, competence, and we're going to have a thing called common sense making most of our decisions, actually. It's all common sense.
I'm relying heavily on him name-dropping Barack Obama at this point.
Just a few short years ago, under my presidency, we had the most secure border and best economy in the history of our country, in the history of the world. We had the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had never done anything like it. We were beating every country, including China, by leaps and bounds. Nobody had seen anything like it. We had no inflation. Soaring incomes were going. Nobody can believe it. You can't believe what happened 4 years ago is happening.
I was there.
now
I was in the fucking
reverse.
private sector.
And the
I
world
was working.
was at peace.
Shit was
Inflation
great.
has
I was
been
making a
killer
lot
for
of
our
money. I
country.
was
no matter what
my
you make
tax
it, it
burden
doesn't
went-
matter
everything was
because
great.
inflation is eating
Oh,
us
like,
alive. People that were putting
I
more
remember
money,
during
they were
the
making
4
great
years
wages, the highest
of
they've
Trump's
ever
presidency,
made, but they
like,
were
of
putting
course, it would
away
be
a lot
like
of
my
money.
family,
Now
my
they
mom,
are
still a
just being
student.
destroyed.
But like
They're not
her
putting away
taxes was
anything. They're
around
barely
60K
living.
a
They're going
year,
into savings
and right now
accounts.
during Biden,
They're
it's been
taking
around
out their
80 to
money
90.
live
So
because
it's
of
insane.
Inflation.
Yeah.
Inflation, remember, it's called a country buster. You can go back to Germany from 100 years ago. You can go back to any country that
Weimar,
suffered
Germany.
great inflation. And we've suffered the worst inflation we've ever had. But go back and see what's happened to those countries. We've had the worst inflation we've ever had under this person. But in less than 4 years, our opponents have turned incredible
They're not Weimar,
success
Germany. I'm
into
retarded.
unparalleled tragedy and
Imperial
failure. It's
Germany.
been
100
a
years
tremendous
ago.
failure. Today, our cities are flooded with illegal aliens.
Well, no, the 1920s
Americans
would have
are
been
being
100 years ago,
squeezed
and that
out
would
of
be
the
Weimar,
labor
Germany,
force, and
because
their
that's post-World
jobs
War
are
I.
taken.
I am also
By
retarded.
the way, you know who's taking the jobs that are created?
Hey, you
107%
just gave it like 10 years ago,
of
you
those
would have been
jobs are
right.
taken by illegal aliens. And you know who's being hurt the most by millions of people pouring into our country? The black population and the Hispanic population, because they're taking the jobs from our black population, our Hispanic population, and they're also taking them from unions. The unions are suffering because of it. Thank you.
Yeah, but unions
Thank
are,
you.
unions
I like
are
you
fake
too.
and gay. I don't like unions.
Thank you very much.
I agree, but I like that Blacks for
Inflation
Trump.
has wiped out the life savings of our citizens and forced the middle class into a state of depression and despair. That's what it is. It's despair and depression. We cannot and will not let this continue. Less than 4 years ago, we were a great nation, and we will soon be a great nation again. We're going to be a great nation again.
Oh, shit.
What's up?
Nothing. Like, you ever notice on YouTube do that thing where you go to, like,
With
if you use your
proper
mouse
leadership,
cursor
every
to raise the
disaster
volume,
we are now enduring will be fixed,
then
and it will
if
be
you,
fixed
like,
very,
don't-
very quickly.
don't, like, click
so
it when
tonight,
you're done.
Whether
move
you've
your mouse,
supported
it'll
me
dr-
in the
it's
past or
hard to
not, I
explain.
Yes.
hope you will.
Yeah,
support
no,
me in
I
the
get exactly what
future
you're
because
saying.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
I will
annoying.
bring back
It just did
Yeah.
it.
the American dream.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. You
It's
don't
with the
even hear
volume
about
knob,
the
right?
American
Yeah.
dream anymore.
yeah.
With great humility, I am asking you to be excited about the future of our country. Be excited. Be excited. And by the way, the news reports, look at all of those big networks. Look at them. They're all here.
You getting booed.
But every one of them has said this could be the most organized, best run, and most enthusiastic convention of either party that they've ever seen. Every single one.
I see Rudy Giuliani in that crowd right there.
I don't know.
It's true. And there's love in the room.
I'm
There's
surprised
great
Rudy
love in
didn't
the
speak
room.
at this RNC. Or did he? And I missed it. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
I don't think
So
so.
I
I
better
haven't
finish
watched every
strong.
second of every day.
Otherwise, we'll
you know.
blow
Yeah,
it. And
same,
we can't
same.
let
But,
that
like,
happen.
I don't think.
Now, this was great. All of the great people that spoke, and everybody hit a home run. I mean, there's not one that I can think of where I said, oh, gee, that wasn't great. Every single person. I refuse to be the only one. Don't do that to me. They're already getting ready. See, I gave him an idea. Now, this was a great convention. This was, I think we're actually going to go home and miss it. You know, usually with a first of all, look at these crowds. You'd never have this at a
You never have this at a Biden convention, that's for certain.
You wouldn't?
Love. It's about love. This week, the entire Republican Party has formally adopted an agenda for America's renewal, and you saw that agenda. And it's very short compared to the long, boring, meaningless agendas of the past, including the Democrats. They write these things that are hundreds of pages long, and they never read them.
It reminds me of like you saw it was Kevin McCarthy
In their
getting
case,
booed by the
fortunately, they
audience
don't read
when
them
they were
because-
nominating Trump.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's a series
man,
of
that's
bold
incredible.
promises
He's
that
not a
we
popular
will
guy.
swiftly implement when
Yeah.
you give us a Republican House. And Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Oh, I'll take Mike Johnson.
We have our great Speaker of the House with us tonight, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Well, he's not. I'm taking it. He
Thank
didn't
you.
say the name Mike Johnson, but Mike Johnson's the Speaker of the House, so it's
a
going on the
Republican
card.
Senate. We have many
Yep.
senators here. And send me back to our beautiful White House just a few short months from now. We're talking about just months. It can't come fast enough. We have to get it done. First, we must get economic relief to our citizens. Starting on day one, we will drive down prices and make America affordable again. We have to make it affordable. It's not affordable.
When a
People can't
McDonald's
live like
combo is more
Under this
expensive than your average
administration-
restaurant.
Our current administration,
Yep. McDonald's
groceries
is supposed
are
to be
up
the cheap place.
57%,
Yep.
gasoline is up 60 and 70%, mortgage rates have quadrupled. And the fact is, it doesn't matter what they are because you can't get the money anyway. Can't buy houses. Young people can't get any financing to buy a house. The total household costs have increased an average of
I got lucky.
$28,000 per family under this
said I got lucky.
administration. Republicans have
I
a
had-
plan to
when I
bring
got my
down
house, I had a
prices and bring them
substantial cash
down
down payment.
very, very
Oh, W.
rapidly.
So-
By slashing energy
That's good.
costs, we will in
so
turn
we
reduce
still
the
had to
cost
get
of
the,
transportation,
whatever. We still had to-
manufacturing,
still had to
and all
finance, but,
household
you know, it
goods.
was easy for
So
us to
much
get a good
starts
rate
with
because we had
energy.
so much down.
And remember,
Yeah,
we have
7
more
to
liquid
8%
gold
rates
under
are
our
just
feet than
insane,
any
yeah.
other
Oh, I
country
know.
by far. We are
I
a
can't even remember what my
nation
rate is right now. I
that
think it's 4 or
has
5.
the
Man, that's
opportunity
incredible,
to make
honestly.
an absolute fortune with its energy. We have it, and
If
China
you-
does
if-
it.
If you,
Under the Trump
if you get
administration,
it,
just
like,
three
from
and a
what I
half
understand
years
anyway, like,
ago,
if you,
we
you
were
know,
energy
if you
independent.
have, if you,
But
you know,
soon
substantive
we will
down
actually be
payment up front
better than
and
that.
you
We will
don't
be
do
energy
like,
dominant and
you do a
supply
10 or a 15,
not only
and not like a
ourselves,
20
but
or
we
30
will
year.
supply the
that
rest
keeps your
of the
interest
world
rate down.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
most people think, you know, I'm going to
with
buy this house.
numbers
They
that
get
nobody
themselves
has
into
ever
30-year
seen, and
mortgages.
we will reduce our
Yep.
debt $36
Crazy too. Like
trillion.
literally just like
We will
1 to
start
2%
reducing that,
change
and
in the interest
we will
rate
also
is like
reduce your taxes still
almost
further.
half.
Next,
Like anywhere from
and by the way, they
2/3
wanna
to
raise
one
your
half the
taxes
price difference. It's
4
insane.
times. Think of it. And all my
I know.
life, I grew up
It's
watching
crazy.
politicians. I always loved politics. I guess I was on the other side. I'd watch and they were always talking about, "We will give you a tax cut. We will give you a tax cut." My whole life, I was watching. I
Read
will
my
give you
lips.
a tax cut, right,
No
Mr.
new
Congressman? That's all
taxes.
they talked about.
And then Bush raised
This is the
taxes.
only administration that said we're
Yeah.
going to raise your taxes by 4 times what you're paying now, and people are supposed to vote for them. I've never heard it.
And it was a
You're
Republican
paying too
that did
much.
that.
We're going to
Yeah.
The
reduce
Bushes
your
are fucking
taxes.
terrible, dude.
Still
This is
further,
why
we gave you
like
the
no one
biggest
saw the
one, as
Bushes
they
at
said,
the
we're going to
convention
give
because
you
they would
more,
probably get booed
and it's
off.
going
Yeah.
to lead
Yeah,
to
exactly.
tremendous growth.
W
We
couldn't
want
show
growth
up,
in
and
our
then neither
country.
could Jeff.
That's
They're
what's going to
jokes.
pay
Don't
off
even
our
take them
debt.
Yeah.
seriously.
Exactly.
Well, actually, like in the,
And next
in
we
the,
will
in
end
the
the
last,
ridiculous and actually incredible
15,
waste of
16
taxpayer
years, people
dollars
have kind
that
of
was
come back
fueling
around
the
and realized
inflation
that, like,
crisis. They spent trillions of dollars
W was a bad
on
president, but
things
he
having
might
to
not
do
have
with
been a
the
bad
Green New
man.
Scam. It's a scam. And
Well,
that's
Like a lot of
caused
people are starting to come
tremendous
around to the idea that maybe he
inflationary
was,
pressures
he
in
literally was
addition
just
to
the
the
like,
cost of energy.
now W,
And all of the trillions of
you're gonna be
dollars that are
president
sitting
now,
there
all right?
not
Don't
yet
worry about
spent,
it though.
we will
Oh, Dick's gonna
redirect
handle
that
most
money
of it, okay?
for important
And he's just
projects
like,
like
all right
roads,
then.
bridges, dams,
Like
and we
obviously
will
there's
not
more to it
allow
than
it
that.
to
The
be
man wasn't
spent
an
on
idiot, but
meaningless green new
but a lot of people
scam
think that he
ideas.
was really kind of not forced into it, but that the machine just got out from underneath him. He gave Cheney too much power.
And I will end the electric vehicle mandate on day 1.
Honestly, like I don't know too much about that. Honestly, haven't really done much look
Thereby
into I guess
saving
the
the
Bush
US
administration.
auto
But what I
industry from
have done is
complete
more so like
obliteration, which is happening right now, and saving
shit.
U.S. customers
he
thousands
it almost seemed like
and
didn't
thousands of
care. If
dollars
that
per
makes,
car.
makes any sense.
I mean, he was
And
a
right
very
now,
low
as we
energy
speak,
president. That's for
large
sure.
Yeah.
factories just started are being built across the border in Mexico. So with all the other things happening on our border, and they're being built by China to make cars and to sell them into our country.
China.
No tax, no anything. The United Auto Workers ought to be ashamed for
China.
allowing this to happen. And the leader of the United Auto Workers should be fired immediately. And every single auto worker, union and non-union,
Do you
should
think
be
he's gonna
voting
talk
for
about
Donald
Boeing now?
Trump because we're going to bring back car manufacturing.
Well,
and
we're talking
we're
about
gonna bring
cars.
it
He's
back
going to talk about
fast.
planes now.
They're building some of the largest auto plants anywhere in the world. Think of it, in the world. We're going to bring it back. We're going to make them. We don't mind that happening, but those plants are going to be built in the United States, and our people are going to man those plants.
It is sad to think how like American cars are considered jokes basically now.
And if they don't agree with us, we'll put a tariff of
Yes, no, it
approximately
depends on where you go
100 to
and,
200%
Yeah.
on each car, and they will be unsellable in the United
Generally
States.
considered less reliable than like a Japanese or even
Well,
like,
yeah,
We
no,
have long
Japanese
been
make the
taken
best cars,
advantage
period.
of by other countries. And think
But, like,
of
if
it,
you go to Europe,
oftentimes these
American
other
cars are
countries
more
are
popular than
considered
Japanese
so-called
cars.
allies.
I actually
They've
didn't
taken
know that.
advantage
Wow.
of us for
I mean,
years.
it was
we lose
years ago when
jobs,
I
we
looked
lose
at it.
revenue, and they gain everything and wipe out our businesses, wipe out our people.
F-150s are actually
I
really
stopped
popular
it
in
for
Europe.
4 years. I stopped
I
it.
did not know
and
that.
we're
Wow.
really ready to make changes like nobody had seen before. And remember, USMCA, I got rid of NAFTA, the worst trade deal ever made, and replaced it with USMCA, which is, they say, the best trade deal ever made.
They say very smart people.
Actually, probably the best trade
The
deal was
smartest
the
people.
deal I made with China, where they buy $50
Some of the
billion
smartest
worth
people.
of our product. They were buying nothing. They buy
I
$50
don't know how to do the
billion
good old Trump
worth. They had
impersonation
to.
talk.
But I don't even talk about it
smartest
because of COVID. I don't even mention it, frankly, because of what happened with the China virus.
China virus! Oh my
Yes.
god, I missed
Yeah, that was a
that!
great thing. He just threw it out there like, here you go, the China virus.
We will not let
Oh man.
countries
Trump.
come in,
Oh,
take our jobs, and plunder our nation. They come and do that. They plunder our nation. The way they will sell their product in America is to build it in America. Very simple. Build it in America and only in America.
Apparently, they...
the guy had the ear cover.
Oh yeah, a bunch of people have the ear cover.
Oh, That's so awesome.
And this very simple formula, and Congress has to go along with us, and they will. This very simple formula will create massive numbers of jobs. We will take over the auto industry again, and many, many, hundreds of thousands of jobs. We lost so many jobs over the years. If you go back 20, 25 years, they've stolen, going to China and Mexico, about 68% of our auto industry manufacturing jobs. We're going to get them all back. We're going to get them all back, every one of them. At the center of our plan for economic relief are massive tax cuts for workers that include something else that's turned out to be very popular.
If we agree
actually.
that...
Here it's very popular in this building and all those hotels that I saw that are so nice. I'm staying in a nice one. It's called No Tax on Tips. No tax on tips. No tax on tips.
I got bingo, motherfuckers.
Hey, wait, what was the last bingo?
I realized that we did agree. Apparently, I just went back, checked the rules of the Discord server I'm in. We did agree that
by
a
having
mention of Joe
dinner
Biden
recently
counts for Sleepy Joe.
in Nevada, where
Oh,
we're
W!
14 points. Hello. I'll see you there very soon, everybody. And we're having dinner at a beautiful restaurant in the Trump building on the Strip, and it's a great building, and the waitress comes over. How's everything going? A really nice person. How's everything? Oh, sir, it's so tough. The government's after me all the time on tips, tips, tips. I said, well, they give you cash. Would they be able to find him? She said, actually, and I didn't know this, she said, very little cash is given. It's all put right on the check. And they come in and they take so much of our money, it's just ridiculous, and they don't believe anything we say. And they've just hired, as you know, 88,000 agents to go after them even more.
Armed agents, too, now.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Why the fuck do the
And I
IRS
said,
need guns?
This shows the level of my,
Your number
most
crunchers
people
and
go out
paper
there hire
pushers, you do not
consultants
need
that pay
guns. You are not
millions
law
of dollars.
enforcement.
But
Yeah.
I said to her, let me just ask you a question. Would you be happy if you had no tax on tips? She said, what a great idea. I got my information from a very smart waitress. That's better than spending millions of dollars. And everybody loves it. Waitresses and caddies and drivers and everybody's a large group of people that are being really hurt badly. They make money, let them keep their money. I'm going to protect Social Security and Medicare. Democrats are going to destroy Social Security and Medicare because all of these people, by the millions they're coming in, they're going to be on Social Security and Medicare and other things, and you're not able to afford it. They are destroying your Social Security and your Medicare. Under my plan, incomes will skyrocket, inflation will vanish completely, jobs will come roaring back, and the middle class will prosper like never, ever before, and we're going to do it very rapidly. But no hope or dream we have for America can succeed unless we stop the illegal immigrant invasion.
I like
the
him
worst
calling
that's
it
ever
invasion
been
right
seen
now.
anywhere in the
'cause it
world.
is.
There's never been an
Yeah,
invasion
it really
like
is.
this
China's
anywhere.
literally
Third
using the
world
southern border to
countries would
invade us
fight
slowly.
with
I covered
sticks
it on
and
the show.
stones. not
Yeah,
to let
yeah,
them happen.
like all
The
the
invasion
drug
at our
plants are going
southern
in
border, we will
California.
stop
It's
it, and
just
we will
like,
stop it quickly. You
like,
heard Tom Homan
it's insane.
yesterday. Tom Homan, put him in charge and just sit back and watch. Brandon Judd, the Border Patrol, he's incredible. These guys, they really, their job is a lot easier if they don't have to do anything, but they want to. They're patriots. Brandon Judd, Border Patrol, ICE. ICE goes out. You have to see what ICE does with MS-13. You have these. These are probably
according
the
to
worst
Joe
gang, and ICE
Biden,
goes in there. And I know
Border
a lot of
Patrol's
people
for
in
him.
these rows here, and they're very tough people, but they don't want to do this job. They'll go into a pack of MS-13 killers. They're the worst, probably the worst gangs in the world. We have thousands of them. I moved thousands and thousands out in my 4 years. We moved them out, and it was a pleasure. But ICE would go right into a pack of these killers, and you see fists flying, you see everything flying, and then they take them. They put them in a paddy wagon. They take them back, and they get them out of our country. And the other countries weren't accepting them back, and I called up, and I said, tell them that we're not giving them economic aid anymore. And the next day, I got calls from all of these countries that were terminated. Billions of dollars we spend on economic aid to countries that does us, frankly, no good. And the next day I was called by everybody. I couldn't take all the calls. Sir, what's the problem? I said, you won't take your killers back that you sent in caravans into America. You won't take them back. Well, sir, if you'd like us to, we would give very serious consideration to doing that. And within 24 hours, they were being taken back. For years and years, when I first came in,
Obama?
they said President Obama tried to get him to go back.
Wouldn't that be a
and they
second
wouldn't
bingo
accept
for you?
him. They put planes
Yeah.
on the runway
Yep.
so you couldn't leave the plane. They closed the road so you couldn't
Oh,
take
shit.
the buses.
Yes, it
You'd all
will be.
have to turn back. As soon as I said no more economic aid of any kind to any country that does that, they called back and they said, sir, it would be our great honor to take MS-13. We love
And
them
now
very
El
much.
Salvador is fine from the MS-13 threat too, so it's pretty good.
We love them very much, sir. We'll take them back. At the heart of the Republican platform is our pledge to end this border nightmare and fully restore the sacred and sovereign borders of the United States of America, and we're going to do that on day one. That means two things on day one, right? Drill, baby,
I love drill, baby.
and close our
Oh
borders.
my goodness.
And by the way, and I think everybody as a Republican, as a patriot in this room, and most Democrats, we want people to come into our country, but they have to come into our country legally. Legally. Less than 4 years ago, I handed this administration the strongest border in American history. But you can see on the chart that saved my life. That was the chart that saved my life. I said, look at it.
One of the greatest
I think
charts.
it's one of the greatest.
Oh
It's literally
man.
what he just
It was
said.
done
It's
by
one
the
of the
Border
greatest
Patrol.
charts.
One of the greatest charts I've ever seen. It showed everything just like
Hey,
that.
you know what?
the
You know what? I
chart.
need to ask my
Oh, there
brother
it
if that's a
is.
good
That's pretty
chart.
Good. Wow.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of it real quick. I'm gonna
Last
ask my
time I
brother if
put
this
up
is a
that
good
chart,
chart.
I
Here's
never
the
really
thing,
got to
Pika
look at
is
it.
going to tell you, of course it's a good chart. It's a Trump chart. No chart, you know.
But without that chart,
Hey, but
I
he's
would
like
not be here
you know that's his
today.
like specialty.
never got to look at it. I said, you got to see this chart. I was so proud of it. And by the time I got to there, I never got to see it that day. But I'm seeing it now, and I was very proud. If you look at the arrow on the bottom, that's the lowest level, the one on the bottom, heavy red arrow. That's the lowest level of illegal immigrants ever to come into our country in recorded history, right there. Right there. And that was my last week in office. And then you see what happened after I left. Look at the rest. And if you go out a little bit further, it's getting to be a little bit old, but I love it anyway, right? But you can go much higher with those numbers. Look what happened right after that. The invasion began. We had the opposite. We stopped the invasion. But the invasion that we stopped was peanuts by comparison to what happened after I left. Look at what happened after I left. They took over our country. We ended all catch and release. We shut down asylum fraud. We stopped human trafficking and forged historic agreements to keep illegal aliens on foreign soil. We want them to stay on their soil. Under the Trump administration, if you came in illegally, you were apprehended immediately and you were deported. You went right back. The
That's how you do
current
it.
administration terminated every single one of those great Trump policies that I put in place to seal the border. I wanted a seal border. Again, come in, but
Jesus
come in
Christ,
legal.
man.
You know
Let me
how
look at the-
unfair
let
it
me
is?
look at my-
So
let me
many
look at
people,
OBS.
hundreds
Dude,
of
he's been-
thousands
like,
of
I
people
started
have been working
the
for
stream,
years to come into our
like
country.
right when he was coming up to the
And
podium.
now they see these
And
people
he
Yeah, I
coming
saw.
into our
He
country
hasn't
at levels
stopped.
that are unprecedented.
He's been
so
going for
unfair.
an hour straight.
And we're not going to do it. We're not going to stand
Bro,
for it.
I
They
genuinely
suspended
saw like I was
wall
rewinding a little bit. I
construction,
was like, oh
ended
my
remain
god,
in Mexico. We
perfect
had a
timing.
policy,
An
remain in
hour
Mexico.
long.
You think
It's
that was easy to get
insane.
from the Mexican government? But I said, you must give it to us. If you don't give it to us,
Or Joe
there
Biden,
will
if
be
this was
repercussions, and they gave it to us.
if this was
Not
Sleepy
easy.
Joe, this would probably have already
Canceled our
ended
Safe
maybe
Third
after after first 2
agreements,
Oh
minutes.
shit, dude.
demolished Title
20,
42,
30 minutes tops need to
implemented
be done.
nationwide catch and release. It's
Oh,
catch and release
man.
where we catch
I don't
them
even think
and
that. It'd
release them
probably be
into
like
our country.
5, and then it's already
we
blubbering.
catch them
Bro,
and
I gotta
release
get a
them
new
into
fucking-
Mexico.
I gotta get
It was
a
a slight
headset.
difference. And took 93. This is the previous administration.
I have a good setup if you want me
93
to.
executive actions to throw open
tell
our
you about
border
it.
to the world.
I mean,
the
yeah,
entire
I'll-
world is
I'll
pouring
get up to you
into
about
our
it later. I
country
just,
because
I
of
don't know.
this
I just need to, like I said,
Yeah.
very foolish
I
administration.
need a
The
decent
greatest
headset. I got some
invasion in
friends
history
who
is
always
taking
could use
place
money,
right
and
here
they've
in our
got
country.
stockpiles
They
of
are
Turtle
coming
Beach
in
headsets.
from
I'm sure I
every
could just,
corner
okay,
of the
hey,
earth,
here's
not
20 bucks,
just
give me a
from
headset.
South America, but from Africa, Asia, the Middle East. They're
And I mean,
coming
shit,
from
even if it's like an old
everywhere. They're
Turtle
coming
Beach,
at
I'm
levels
like,
that
as
we've
long-
never seen
I'm-
before. It is an
better than any
invasion
headset I've ever had,
indeed,
most likely.
and this administration
You
does
think this one's like good
absolutely
because it's
nothing
Logitech?
to stop
Well, no, I
them.
guess if it's Logitech, it's deliberately
They're
not
coming
good.
from prisons. They're coming from jails.
Logitech's
They're coming
mainly
from
just for
mental
mice, to be honest.
institutions and
Yeah, no, I
insane
know.
asylums. You know, the press is always on me because I say this. Has anyone
Hey,
seen
hold on.
Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He'd love to have you for dinner.
Bro.
That's insane asylums. They're emptying out their insane asylums. And terrorists are coming in at numbers that we've never seen before. Bad things are going to happen. Meanwhile, our crime rate is going up while crime statistics all over the world are going down because they're taking their criminals and they're putting them into our country. A certain country, and I happen to like the president of that country very much, but he's been getting great publicity because he's a wonderful shepherd of the country. He says how well the country's doing because their crime rate is down. And he said he's training all of these rough people. They're rough. He's training them. And I've been reading about this for 2 years. I think, oh, that's wonderful. Let's take a look at it. But then I realized he's not training them. He's sending all of his criminals, his drug dealers, his people that are in jails, he's sending them all to the United States. And he's different in that he doesn't say that. He's trying to convince everybody what a wonderful job he does in running the country. Well, he doesn't do a wonderful job. And by the way, if I ran one of the countries, many countries from all over, I would be worse than any of them. I would have had the place totally emptied out already.
Well, I mean, he ain't wrong.
But we become a dumping ground for the rest of the world, which is laughing at us. They think we're stupid. And they can't believe that they're getting away with what they're getting away with, but they're not going to be getting away with it for long. That's what I can tell you. In Venezuela, Caracas, high crime. Caracas, Venezuela. Really a dangerous place, but not anymore.
Dude, if he's just
Because in
dicking around
Venezuela,
talking about
crime is down
Venezuela, he's got a lot more
72%.
speech
In
to
fact,
Bro, this guy is
they would ever win this election. I
insane.
hate to even say that.
Dude, has
We
he
will
mentioned
have
the Supreme Court once
Our
in this
next
entire speech?
Republican
No,
convention
not
in
at all.
Venezuela, because it will be
Dude,
safe.
that's because like
Our
getting
cities,
Gorsuch
our
Kavanaugh
cities
on
will be so
ACB on the
unsafe.
bench
We
is like
won't be
his
able.
greatest single
We will
accomplishment.
not be able to have
Honestly,
it there
that's
in El
been so
Salvador.
good.
Burgers
Like,
are down
I'm
by
surprised he's not.
70%.
I'm waiting
Why
for
are
him
they
to
down?
call that in because I'm pretty sure I got a
Now,
third
he would
bingo
have
if he says
you
Supreme Court.
convinced that
Or
because
no, I don't.
he's trained
Nope.
murderers to be wonderful people. No, they're down because they're sending their murderers to the United States of America.
What country is he talking about? He's talking about El
This is going to
Salvador.
be very bad.
No,
Is Bukele sending us his
And
people,
bad
and
things
that's
are
why
going to
his crime
happen,
rate
and you're
is down?
seeing it happen all the time.
Hey, who
That's why
knows?
to
Could
keep
be.
our families safe, the Republican platform
'Cause I thought
promises
Bukele was based.
to launch the largest deportation
well, I mean, he is based,
operation in the history
honestly.
of our country.
I don't think he's necessarily talking about
No, I don't
El
think
Salvador.
I don't think he's talking
Even
about it either. I'm
larger
just
than
kidding.
that.
But honestly,
President Dwight
honestly,
D.
if he was
Eisenhower,
though, if he was sending them to
many
the U.S.,
years
I
ago,
mean,
you know,
technically
he
it's
was a
better for
moderate,
El
but
Salvador.
he
So
believed
there's
very
that.
strongly in laws. He had the largest deportation.
I would
operation
understand it
ever.
in his POV.
Just recently, I spoke.
We just
to
need to
the
get
grieving
strong
mother
and
of
not allow that.
Jocelyn Nungary, a wonderful woman, a precious 12-year-old girl from Houston who last month was tied up, assaulted, and strangled to
talking about
death
Lincoln
after
Riley?
walking to the convenience store just
No, he's talking about a
a
different
block
girl.
away from her house.
Okay.
Her body was dumped near the side of the road in a shallow creek, found by some onlookers who couldn't believe what they had witnessed. charged with Jocelyn's heinous murder are 2 illegal aliens from Venezuela who came across our border, were in custody, and were then released into the country by this horrible, horrible administration that we have right now. I also met recently with the heartbroken mother and sister of Rachel Morin. Rachel was a 37-year-old mom of 5 beautiful children who was brutally raped and murdered while out on a run. She wanted to keep herself in good shape. It was very important to her. She was murdered. The monster responsible first killed another woman in El Salvador before he was led into America by the White House. This White House let them in. He then attacked a 9-year-old girl and her mother in a home invasion in Los Angeles before murdering Rachel in Maryland. Traveled all throughout the country, doing tremendous damage. Rachel's mother will never be the same. I spent time with her. She will never be the same. I've also met with the wonderful family of Laken Riley.
There we go.
The brilliant 22-year-old nursing student. She was so proud of being first in her class, who was out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia when she was assaulted, beaten, and horrifically killed. Yet another American life was stolen by a criminal alien set free by this administration. And these were incredible people we're talking about. These were incredible people who died. Tonight, America, this is my vow. I will not let these killers and criminals into our country.
Oh, these cheesehead Trump hats go hard.
Yeah, that's the
I will
cheese hat
keep
thing
our
is a,
sons and daughters
is a
safe.
Wisconsin thing.
Yeah.
As we bring security to our streets, we will help
those
bring
cheeseheads for
stability
real.
to the world. I was the first president in modern times to start no new wars. You know, we were the toughest. We were the most respectful.
The last president who did that was kind of a trashy president too.
And you saw this.
So that's like,
Hungry, strong
Trump just
country
being
run
like
by very
much
powerful,
better.
tough leaders, tough guy.
It's
Press
insane.
doesn't like him because he's tough.
Because wasn't the
And,
last one
he
that
came
didn't start
out
any wars
recently, they were asking him
Jimmy
in an
Carter?
interview.
I can't remember.
The whole world is exploding. What's happening? What's going on? Viktor Orban, Prime Minister of Hungary, very tough man. He said, I don't want people coming into my country and blowing up our
Hungary?
shopping centers
Oh
and
yeah,
killing
Viktor Orban's
people.
an absolute Chad.
But they said to him, tell us what's going wrong, what's happening, what is it? He said, there's only one way you're going to solve it. You got to bring President Trump back to the United States because he kept everybody at bay. He used a word I wouldn't use because I can't use that word. Because you'd say it was braggadocious. The press would say he was a braggart. I'm not a braggart. But Viktor Orban said it. He said Russia was afraid of him. China was afraid of him. Everybody was afraid of him. Nothing was going to happen. The whole world was at peace. And now the world is blowing up around us. All of these things that you read about were not going to happen. Under President Bush, Russia invaded Georgia. Under President Obama, Russia took Crimea. Under the current administration, Russia is after all of Ukraine. Under President Trump, Russia took nothing. We defeated 100% of ISIS in Syria and Iraq, something that was said to take 5 years, sir. It'll take 5 years, sir. We did it in a matter of a couple of months. We have a great military. Our military is not woke. It's just some of the fools on top that are woke. I got along very well. North Korea, Kim Jong-un, I got along very well with him. The press hated when I said that. How could you get along with him?
Well, I mean, right up until you
it's
went
nice to get
you
along
went
with
to the
somebody who has a
meeting
lot
with
of
him and the Prime
nuclear
Minister
weapons
of
or
South
otherwise, isn't it?
Korea, and the first thing out of his mouth
See, in the old
was,
days,
I'm
they
not
say
giving
that's a
up any
wonderful
nukes,
thing.
and
Now
you
they
just got
say,
up and walked
how
away from
could
the
you
table.
possibly do that?
Like,
Yeah.
But no, I got along with them, and
Oh,
we
basically
stopped
what
the
happened.
missile
They sat
launches
down,
from
the
North
three of
Korea.
them all
Now
sat
North
down,
Korea's acting
and
up again.
basically,
but
from what I understand, Kim Jong-un said
when we
flat
get
out, we're not
back,
giving
I
up
get
our
along
weapons.
with them.
There is not
Yeah.
going to
He'd
be
like
no
to see me back, too.
denuclearization
I think he
of
misses
North
me if
Korea.
you
It's not
wanna
going to
know the
happen.
truth.
And apparently Trump said, okay then, got up and left the room.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole
Our
reason why I
opponents
put this
inherited a
together.
world
And
at
if you're
peace
telling me
and
the
turned
one
it
thing I
into
want
a
is the one thing you're not going to give me,
war.
then
We're
there's no
a
point
planet
talking.
of war.
Yeah.
Look at that attack.
Bro knew when to walk
Look at
away, you know?
What's
Yep.
happening
Oh,
with
man.
Ukraine?
It's like I
The
said,
cities are just bombed out. How
turn this
can
down a
people
little
live
bit
like
because,
that?
like,
where
one of my
buildings,
favorite, one of
massive
my,
buildings are
one
falling
of
to
my
the
most
ground?
favorite Trump story probably.
It began
is,
to unravel with the
story
disastrous
of him
withdrawal
dealing
from
with the Taliban
Afghanistan,
leaders when
the
he actually
worst
went to
humiliation
Afghanistan
in
and
the
sat
history
down
of
with
our
them and
country.
met them.
We have never had a
He
humiliation.
sits down
like
with them.
that.
He's got this
13
manila
heroic
envelope.
U.S. service members were tragically and needlessly killed. 45
He
others
tells
were
the interpreter,
horrifically
he
wounded.
tells them,
Nobody
you know,
ever
he's
talks
like,
about
tell
that.
them, I want you to translate
No arms,
everything
no
I say
legs.
exactly the way I say it.
Face explosions.
And he basically said to them,
Horrifically-
I'm not saying this
horrifically
is
wounded.
verbatim what it was, but he basically said
By
to
the way,
them,
we
it's
have
like,
a
we're getting
man
out. I want us
in
out of
this
Afghanistan,
room
okay? And if
who's
we're going to
running
get out,
for
then you've got to
the
give
US
us some
Senate
concessions.
from a
Cease all
great state,
hostilities. From this point
Nevada,
forward, not a single
named
American,
Sam
British,
Brown,
or Allied troop gets
who paid
harmed.
the ultimate price.
And we'll start a pullout process. And he
Thank
says,
you, Sam.
and if
Thank
a
you,
single
Sam.
American dies, I will come
Thank
back.
you.
If a single American dies after I leave, I will come back and kill all of you.
He paid the biggest
So
price.
apparently,
Oh,
and apparently that is
Paid
what
by
literally what he
anybody
said. He
that
said,
is
if a single
running for
American
office,
dies
and
after
I
I
think
leave
he's
this
gonna
room,
do
I will
great.
come back and kill all
He's
of you.
running against a person that is
Oh,
not
my
good,
So-
not
God, life
respected.
And so
so
apparently
incredible.
the
A total
translator, like,
lightweight.
wide-eyed, he's just
But
like,
Sam, I think paid
and Trump
really, we
says,
were
tell
talking
them.
about it.
Oh,
Some of
my.
the senators
So,
God.
and remember
so
the
much
manila
for
envelope.
Sam.
So after
Yep.
the
Paid
dude
the biggest
says what
price
Trump says, like
of any senator ever to run
you know,
for the
all
Senate.
the
I don't think
Taliban
anybody's
leaders, you
ever
know,
done
muttering
what
to
he did.
themselves,
He was a
Trump
real hero,
slides
a
the
really
fucking
great person.
manila envelope
And
across
he's
the
running,
table.
and I hope
Oh
that
boy, the
everybody
leader of
gets
the
out and
Taliban
votes for
opens it up
Sam
and pulls it
Brown.
out. It's a high definition satellite photo of his house. After he looked at the
Oh,
photo,
my God.
We
from
also
what I
left
understand,
behind
no truth says what
$85
there.
billion
After he
worth
looked
of
at the photo, he
military
looked up at
equipment.
Trump. Trump got up and
Along
left
with
the
many
room.
American citizens were left.
Didn't
behind.
even listen
the
to
art of the
anything
deal.
they had to say.
Many,
He
many
just said,
American citizens.
we're pulling out.
Emboldened
Stop
by
killing
that
my guys.
disaster,
If
Russia
one more American
invaded
dies after I
Ukraine. They saw
leave,
the
you're all. I
stupid
will
people
kill
who
all
were
of you.
incompetent.
I know
We
where
took
you
the
live.
soldiers out first.
Peace
No,
out.
no, we
And then he
took the
left.
soldiers
Mic
out
drop.
second.
Bro,
If they
oh
would have
my
followed
God,
my
like,
plan, we had
the
a
bro
great
is the
plan.
definition
plan
of the
only
art of
kicked
the
in if they
deal.
did everything
He
perfectly.
is the
They weren't doing
oh
it
my
perfectly.
God.
Yep.
Oh
You know,
my
18
goodness.
Like I said, I
Like,
wasn't there
ugh.
for any of that. That's just how the
Yeah.
story
We didn't
goes.
have one, so they were killing them left and
I don't
right.
even care if it's embellished or anything like that. That's just
I spoke
that's
to
gonna be
the
headcanon now.
the
Oh my
Taliban.
God.
Yep.
You've heard this story.
Oh,
Abdul.
literally,
Oh,
literally.
Oh, wait.
Look at.
Hold on, check this out.
The press got on me. Why would you speak to him? I said, because that's where the killing is. I don't have to speak to somebody that has nothing to do with it. And I told him, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever, ever do that again. You've got to stop. Because during the Obama administration, many great people and soldiers, but a lot of soldiers were being killed from long distance. I said, if you keep doing that, you're going to be hit harder than anybody's ever been hit by a country before.
Yeah, he softened up the story. That's not quite
Yeah,
what he said.
yeah.
He handed him a picture of
he
he handed him a
said,
high
"I
definition
understand
satellite
your
photo of his
excellency." He
house
told
and
me,
said,
"Your
"I will
excellency."
murder you if you kill another one of my
I wonder
guys."
if he calls the other guy.
You got to
your
keep it a little
excellency.
PG for the TV,
Oh,
you
of
know.
course. This is
The
the
other guy gave
RNC.
him everything. I mean, what kind of a deal was that? He walked out, gave
But
him
at the same
everything.
time, this is the same RNC
Do you
that let
know
Amber
that
Rose speak.
right now
so it's just like,
Afghanistan
are we really
is one of the
concerned with
largest sellers
decorum?
of weapons?
This
in
is
the
more.
world?
I think that was more
Selling-
so
Yeah.
just to like.
Yeah.
brand new
And here's
beautiful
the thing. I'm
weapons
actually one of those
that we
people who wishes the
gave
fundies
them.
and the Puritans would kind
But
of just
think of
shut
it,
up. Like,
He actually
was
said
it
to
a
me,
good
"But
idea
why,
for them
but
to let
why
Amber
do
Rose
you
speak? Probably not.
show me a picture
Is
of
it
my
the end
home?"
of the fucking republic? No.
I said, you'll
Shut
have to
up.
ask your people or
Yeah,
one
no,
of your
I
wives.
agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. It's just, look, she seems to have
But he
kept a
could
lower
figure it
profile
out.
the
And
last
for
couple
18
years. She
months,
talks about how she's talked
we
to her
had
dad,
not
who was a
one
veteran.
attack
Maybe
on
she's
an
been
American
red-pilled, and maybe
soldier
she's kind of
by the
slowly
Taliban.
working her way. I don't
18.
know. I don't know.
And
I'm
you,
just saying.
I think it is this actually not a bad like strategy to kind of like tap into that sort of like
And then
voter
we had
base,
that horrible
because like
day
the
where
sort of people
soldiers
that
were
she would
killed. I
appeal
was
to,
not there because of
honestly,
the
like in a
ridiculous
majority would
election.
not vote for Trump.
But we
That's
had
the
No, I
that
thing.
mean,
horrible attack.
she's super popular with
And,
blacks, and that's his
they
worst
also gave
demographic.
up Bagram, one of the
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
popular
bases
Also-
Republican
where there were
also
president in
places,
history
anywhere in
with
the world, the
blacks,
longest
it's
runways,
still his
most
worst
powerful.
demographic.
Yeah, and it's like
thickened runways.
what's the
We
word?
gave
It's
it
like
up.
black
And I
women,
liked it not
especially
because
too.
of
You know.
Afghanistan.
So-
I liked it because of
So like
China. It's
she
1 hour
like
away
appeals
from
to
where
that
China
sort of
makes their nuclear
population.
weapons.
So
And you
honestly,
know
I
who
think
has
him
it
bringing him
now?
here,
China
bringing
has
her
it
here
now.
is pretty smart.
We were
The
keeping
argument
that.
against her speaking at all would be the amount of
And now
black
China
women who you would
is
ever get
likewise
to vote for
circling
you is so
Taiwan and
minuscule
Russian
that there's
warships
absolutely no
and
point in
nuclear submarines are
sacrificing
operating
the conservative
60 miles
values
off
of the
coast
RNC
in
by
Cuba. Do you know
allowing
that?
an
No, the
OnlyFans
press
whore to
refuses
speak.
to write about it.
And that's
Which
If that
that's
were
something
me
I'm
running
sympathetic
this country
to.
and we had
I do
nuclear
understand
submarines
that.
in Cuba.
I do understand that, but I
I
don't
will
necessarily
tell you that
think
headlines every day would
because like
be,
her
"What's wrong with
speaking
our
wasn't
president?"
necessarily a
You don't even hear
promotion
this. You're
of
not
her like
hearing about
OF.
this.
I think her
Russia
No, she didn't
speaking
even
was
bring it
more
up.
nuclear submarines
exactly.
and warships
So
60 miles away, Mr.
I can-
Congressman. From
since she
Miami,
didn't bring
by the
anything
way,
like that,
happens to
and
be here.
it's not her entire portfolio.
In
That makes
Cuba.
sense. Like for example, if it was just
That
like
would not
an
be
actual
stood
porn
for
star
if it
that
were
came up,
somebody else. They don't
like
even, they don't
Yeah,
want to
Amber
mention
Rose
it,
is
but now
pretty
maybe
bad
they
though.
will.
It's not just the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's a lot
And
of
the
the dumb
entire
shit she
world-
said. You know,
I
all
tell
kinds
you
of
this,
I actually
we
didn't
want
know.
our hostages
Honestly, I
back.
didn't know much
And
about
they
her. I
better
just
be
knew
back
about the
before I
like she was
assume
supposed to be an
office.
OF girl.
Well,
Again,
you will
I never
be
heard
paid
of her
a
until
big price.
now.
She was a TV personality for years before she did OF.
I see. I
Yeah.
see.
Like overall, Amber Rose, it was a bad call. It was a bad call. Like I'm not saying it wasn't, but
Who do
yeah.
you think would have been a better?
Amber Rose would, by the way.
With our victory in November,
Look, have you ever seen me
the
turn down a
years
black
of
woman?
war, weakness,
No,
and
you do got
chaos.
that jungle finger. That's true.
I don't
I'm
have
trying to think.
wars. I
Like,
had no wars other than
who would
ISIS,
be a
which I
better,
defeated, but that was a war that was started.
like
We had no
person
wars.
to
I
like
could stop
tap
wars
into
with a
that like
telephone
audience
call.
Oh,
though.
You can.
I could stop
mean,
wars with just
The
a
sad
telephone
thing is
call.
most of the black guys, or
if properly
most
stated,
of the black, like the
it would never
maybe
start.
Candace Owens, but I don't know
We
how
will
popular she is.
replenish
I
our
honestly think she's
military
more
and
popular
build
with
an
white
Iron
girls than
Dome
she is
missile
black girls.
defense system.
What
to
I'm
ensure that
thinking
no
more
enemy
so
can strike
is
our
like because
homeland.
Amber Rose, she's
And this
more
great
so
Iron
like
Dome will be
appealing
built
to like those ratchet
entirely
black women. If that makes
in
any
the
sense.
USA.
And those
we're gonna
ratchet
build-
know,
black
it-
women are never going to vote for Trump, no matter how much Amber Rose tells them to.
And
Like I don't
Wisconsin-
know.
Yeah.
It's just it was a bad call, and I was.
I'm thinking
Wisconsin, just like I gave you that
You're saying-
massive
you're saying
no, I mean I was
ship
just
contract,
earlier
and you're
today.
doing a
I
very
was
nice
making
job,
fun
Governor,
of
right?
people for freaking out about
Thank
Amber
you, Governor.
Rose.
And they're doing a great
Like
job.
because they're way
Like I had a little
overreacting to
design
it.
change, and we
But at
gave
the
them a
same time,
tremendous for
I
essentially what
also
we used to
agree
call
ultimately that she
destroyers.
shouldn't have been there. So it's
These
just a
are
funny
now
position I find myself
the
in.
most beautiful. They look
No, no,
like nuts, and so we have to
I
take
agree.
the
It's a
bow
bit
and
of
we have to make it
overreaction,
a
but I
little
don't like
nicer
her
and a
being
little
there.
point
You know
at
what I
the
mean?
top
Yeah.
instead
Like
of a
it's not
flat nose.
like wasn't there like that Matt
And the
Walsh
people at the
take,
shipyard
if I remember
said, "This guy
correctly, where he was
sort of
kind of
knows what
like
he's doing. We have the most beautiful ships,
Like,
right,
it
Governor?
was-
And everybody sitting.
I didn't
on
watch
board.
the full video,
And it was
but
a
from
big
what I
contract
saw in
that
certain
everybody
clip,
wanted.
it
I gave
almost
it to
seemed
Wisconsin, but we're going to have
like
a lot of that
honestly,
built right here.
yelling about it.
Well, here's
State
the
of
thing. I
Wisconsin
haven't seen
and
Matt Walsh's take
all
on
other
it, but I will
states.
say this: people
Israel
seem
has an
way
Iron
more
Dome.
upset about.
They have a missile defense system.
Ah, shit. What's the
342
lady's name?
missiles were shot into Israel, and only one got through a little bit. It was badly wounded. It fell to the ground, but most of them
what's
are.
the lady's
And
name?
Ronald Reagan wanted this many years ago, but we really didn't have the technology many years ago. Remember, they called it Starship, spaceship, anything to mock him.
Star
But he
Wars.
was a very good
It was called Star
president.
Wars.
Very, very good.
It's called the Star Wars program.
Yep. Yeah.
But now we have unbelievable technology.
You can remember it because it's
And
literally
why
just
should
Star Wars.
other countries have this and we don't? No, we're going to build
what
an
are we
Iron
doing
Dome
here?
over our country, and we're going to be
But, like,
sure that
maybe like a
nothing can
Cardi
come and
B?
harm our
She- I-
people.
like-
No, that's-
and
I
again,
actually think
from an
Cardi B would be
economic
worse
development standpoint,
than
we're
Amber
going to make it
Rose.
all
Well,
right
I said at
here.
least
No
Amber-
more
it could
sending
be
it out
said
to
that,
other
like, Amber
countries in order
Rose,
to help.
like I
It's
said, has
America
kept a
first.
low profile for the
America
last couple of
first.
years, and it seems to at least dial
We
back
will
some of her
unleash the
rampant
power of
degeneracy.
American
So it's
innovation.
believable that
and
she
as
might
we
be on
do,
some
we
kind
will
of redemption
soon be
arc,
on the
but
verge
Cardi
of
B is not.
finding the cures to
Yeah.
cancer,
No,
No, but what I
Alzheimer's
was saying
disease,
is that
and
I'd
many other
actually
diseases.
I've seen
We're
more
going
negative
to get to
reactions
the bottom
about
of it.
about
You remember
what the fuck
this
is woman's
gentleman
name?
that I don't want to mention other than one time I had to, because when you say the 10 words,
honestly,
I have to
I-
do
like,
it.
how do I say
fucking
it?
I
Sikh
didn't want
woman.
anybody to be confused.
Oh fuck yeah! I don't remember her name
This
either,
man
but I
said,
know
"We're gonna find
I
the
know who
cure
you're
to
talking about.
cancer."
The
The one one that's sung. That's
When
sung
you get to the
too. It's
cure
like,
of
oh my
cancer
god.
She did a
and
Sikh prayer.
Alzheimer's and so many other
Yeah.
things. We're
Oh,
so close
I didn't
to
realize that
doing
was Sikh prayer. I
something
thought it
great.
was just her singing.
But we need
Yeah, well, I mean,
a
yeah,
leader
she was
that
doing a
will
Sikh prayer.
let it be
And,
done. We will
I've
not
seen
have
more, like,
men
Christian
playing in
fundamentalists
women's
and, like,
sports. That
Puritans,
will
stuff
end
like
the
that,
media.
way more upset that they let a non-Christian pray out loud at the RNC. Like, I've seen way more upset about that than I have about Amber Rose. Which I think,
Interesting.
like it kind of bothers the shit out of
And
me.
we will
like,
restore
this woman,
and renovate
for
our
fuck's sake,
nation's
Grant,
once
what is
great
her name?
cities, making them safe, clean, and
No,
beautiful.
I don't remember it either,
And
but
that
honestly, no,
includes
I
our
agree in that
nation's
sense. Because
capital,
even
which
though, like,
is a
you know,
horrible killing field, so many things.
I would think you would be more upset about
degeneracy
degeneracy than, like...
They end up getting stabbed, killed, or shot.
Of course, I don't agree with
We will
Sikhs,
be
but they're not
very
like the
soon
worst by
very
any
proud of
means.
our
Like
capital.
they're if we're talking about like
Washington, D.C.
in terms of like other religions, they're quite literally the most like neutral. Like they're there. They're good people.
America's
It's,
on the
it's
cusp
interesting.
of
Like
in that
everything
sense.
I've read about
golden age, but
Sikhism,
we
it's a
will
very perfectly benign.
have the courage to
religion.
seize it. We're going to
Like,
take
Like
you know,
literally,
we're going
the
to make it
only
occur,
thing
and
you
we're
can
gonna
like
bring
just make
this
fun of them
into
for
a
is
golden
that they can
age
be
like
quite stinky.
never seen before.
That's
Remember this?
quite
China wants
it.
to do it. Japan wants to do
Harmeet.
it. All of these countries want to do it.
I don't
we
know
have to
her full
produce
name.
massive amounts of
Harmeet
energy.
Dilion.
I see.
If we're
The reason
going
why
to
Sikhs can be
produce
kind of
the
stinky,
new-
they rarely
if you
wash their
look at
hair
some of the
because
things that have been
it's I
done,
guess part of the religion
and
to
some
like
of the
not wash
things
their
that
hair
we're
and like
going to
keep like
do.
constantly keep it
But
growing. That's why they wear the
AI
turbans.
needs
Yeah.
tremendous,
So it could be
literally
they could be quite
twice
stinky.
the
So it's pretty funny
electricity
in
that's
that sense.
available
It'll make
now
fun,
in our
but
country. Can you imagine?
it's quite literally the most
But
harm.
instead we're
Harmeet
spending
Dilion, yes, while she was speaking.
places where
Now,
they
here's the thing,
recharge
she- unlike
electric
Amber
cars.
Rose,
They
who, you know,
built
is an OF
8
whore.
chargers at a
Yep.
certain location toward the
Harmeet
Midwest.
Dilion is actually
8
a
chargers
Republican operative
for $9 billion.
Yeah.
who had previously gone after Rona McDaniel. So
Oh,
she,
W.
So she has shown herself to
Think
be
of it. They spent
like a legit.
$9
She's a
billion
genuine. She seems to be a genuine
on
member
8
of the
charges,
movement, like the
3 of
right wing
which
movement.
didn't
You know,
Yeah.
not every Republican, obviously, is why there's
And
such
if
a
you were
rhino
going to
problem
do
in the party
this
right now.
all over
But
our
like,
country, this
not
crazy
every
electric mandate,
Republican
we're
out
gonna
there,
do this
you
all-
know,
and by the way,
is
I'm all
like
for
it's just
electric.
it's this idea
They
that
have
like.
their application. But if somebody
Like,
wants to buy a
like they're so
gas-powered
obsessed with standing
car,
on principle, they'll be
gasoline-powered
perfectly
car,
content to
or
stand
a
on principle
hybrid,
all the way to
they're going to be
losing.
able to do it.
Yeah.
And we're going to make that change on
No,
day
that was the
one.
problem for a long time, wasn't it? Especially before Trump, which is a party of losers.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that was like the talking point back in like 2015, 2016, you know?
Yep.
So to conclude,
Oh wow. Here we go.
just a few short days
But,
ago,
like,
my journey
I just kept trying to
with
think of
you
someone
nearly
who
ended,
was
you know that.
who would
And yet,
tap into that
here
like
we are
wretched
tonight, all
black woman
gathered
community.
together, talking
Probably
about
the only
future
one.
promise and
I mean, again,
a
I wouldn't have
total
tried to court them in
renewal
the first place. I would have
of a
just
thing
got
we
Larry
love
Elder
very
to come
much.
speak
It's
and
called
said that's
America.
as
Honestly,
that's as much
We
black
live in a
Honestly,
pandering as
world
we
yeah.
got
of
time for.
miracles. None of us knows God's plan or where
Well, that
life's adventure will take us.
that black
I
pastor
want
from
to thank
Detroit from
Franklin
earlier in the
Grant
night,
for
I
being
can't remember
here
his
tonight.
name.
He's an outstanding man.
Alonzo Swell or something like that.
yeah.
He wrote
Something-
me a note
something-
recently.
It was a
I
good
have a lot of
speech. He was
respect
good.
for
He was
him.
real good.
Sir,
But
I love your storytelling. I think it's great in front of these big
Uh,
rallies. But sir,
Sorry,
please
one
do
second,
me
one second.
favor. It won't make any difference. Please don't use any foul language.
oh,
Sorry, there's
I was a little embarrassed. I said, he said, it won't make any difference. Actually, it does. The story's not quite as good, but I've been very good. The story is not quite as good, to be honest. I've got to have a little talk with Franklin, but he was great. He's a great gentleman. His father was so incredible, Billy Graham. My father used to love taking me to see Billy Graham. My father
honestly
would take
having
me to see
like
Billy
Larry
Graham at
Elder
Yankee
speak would have been
Stadium.
really good. Not thinking
He
about
had
it.
the biggest rallies you've ever seen. He was a good rally guy,
you
too.
just have Larry Elder come talk. You know,
But he'd
maybe
get
Ben
up
Carson.
and he
I don't
was
even
a
know. Did Ben Carson
fantastic
do?
guy.
No,
the
Ben
RNC?
Carson did
Billy
speak.
Graham.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
he
yeah.
spoke. Yeah.
What was
But I
that, day
like
one? Because I didn't
Franklin
watch
Graham.
day
think
one at
he
all.
I
has
think-
been
I think it was
fantastic,
day
and
one,
I'm
yeah.
trying. I'm working so
I did. I
hard
completely-
to
I
adhere to
completely
his
forgot.
Okay, I'll
note
be
to
right
me. I'm working hard on it, Franklin. But if the events of last Saturday make anything clear, the single moment we have on earth is a gift from God.
Oh, come on. Stop it.
We have to make the most of every day for the people and for the country that we love. The attacker in Pennsylvania wanted to stop our movement, but the truth is the movement has never
He
been
only
about
made
me.
it
It has
stronger.
always been
That
about you.
loser.
It's your movement. It's the biggest movement in the history of our country by far. Can't be
Honestly,
stopped.
honestly, we were
I
an
know.
inch away
It can't be
from
stopped.
I
It
know.
Like
has always been
destruction,
about
but
the
he only made it
hardworking, patriotic
stronger.
citizens
I know,
of
that's
America.
the craziest thing is that
For
the
too
worst,
long, our
like,
nation has settled for too
the
little. We
silver
settled for
lining
too
of this
little.
assassination attempt is the fact that
You've
it
given
basically
everything to
won
other
him this
nations,
election.
to other
It's
people.
impossible
Yeah.
for him to lose at this
You've
point.
been told to lower
Yeah.
your expectations and to
Mon
accept
agree.
less for your families. I am
Wait,
here
bro,
tonight with
we're
the
on
opposite
YouTube right now.
message.
it,
Your
it,
expectations
it
are
sounded
not
very
big enough. Not
choppy,
big
so I
enough.
don't think it's going to come through.
Okay.
Oh, poggers.
It is time
And I
to
didn't hear
start
Liar leave,
expecting
so-
and demanding the best leadership in the world, leadership that is bold,
Oh, you're
dynamic,
live streaming.
relentless,
Yes, I am.
and fearless. We can do that.
Poggers.
Welcome.
We are Americans.
What's up, guys?
Ambition
Welcome to,
is our
you know,
heritage. Greatness
the
is
stream.
our birthright. But as
Mon-
long as our
I
enemies
mean-
are spent fighting each other,
My
our
knees.
destiny will remain
There we
out
go.
of
Hey,
reach.
well, listen, you're
My
not.
ninjas.
That's not
Listen,
acceptable.
you guys aren't white, so I
We
think
must
you get a little
instead
bit of
take
a
that
pass.
energy and use it to
But
realize
but
our
YouTube
country's true
guidelines.
potential.
No, of course, YouTube guidelines.
And write our own thrilling
Yeah.
chapter
We do
of
got the
the
pass.
American story. We
At
can do
least
it
it's a
together.
few
We will
hours,
unite.
you
We
know.
are going to come together.
It's an
And
hour and a
success
half in,
will
so
bring
you know,
us
at least there's that.
together.
But you know, we're keeping
Oh yeah,
it
that's
YouTube.
fair.
friendly.
We are way well past when the
It is a
the
story
stream
of
mods paid
love,
attention.
sacrifice.
Yeah, but you know, we gotta keep it,
So
you know,
many
PG.
other
We gotta keep it
things.
YouTube friendly, right?
Yo.
Word.
So, El
Devotion.
Trumpo
It's
Grande.
unmatched
Let's
devotion.
go.
Our American ancestors crossed the
Puppy got
Delaware,
bingo.
survived the
I got
icy
double
winter
bingo
of
on my
Valley Forge
Trump speech
and
bingo
defeated
card.
a mighty empire
Oh, actually,
to establish
Puppy, I wanted to
our
ask,
cherished
have you been seeing this
republic.
video that's been
They
circling
fought
around?
so hard they lost so many.
It was a
They pushed
person who was,
thousands
I guess,
and thousands
a supposed
of miles
like
across a dangerous
prophet, you know,
frontier,
quote unquote.
taming the
But
wilderness
like,
to build
it was
a life
interesting in the
and
sense that he
magnificent
had,
home
I
for
guess,
their family.
a vision
They packed their families into
seeing,
covered wagons, trekked
like,
across
how America was
hazardous
going
trails,
through, like its future,
scaled
and
towering
like
mountains,
the thing that was
and braved
interesting about
rivers
him
and
is
rapids to stake
he
their claim on
talked
the
about,
wide
again, this
open,
was like 3
new
months ago,
and very
of an
beautiful
assassination
frontier.
attempt on Trump. It
When our way
wasn't
of life was
past like
threatened,
so
American
close to his
patriots
ear that
marched
would
onto
burst
the
his eardrum,
battlefield,
you know, fall to his
wasted to
knees and
enemy
just become
strongholds and
radically
stared
like
down death and stared down
radically
those
evangelized, you know,
to keep
you know,
alive the flame of
radicalized
freedom.
Christianly, I
At
guess you could say.
Yorktown, Gettysburg,
That would
and
be,
Midway, they joined the roll call of immortal
That would be
heroes.
crazy.
So many horror. Just
I
so
will
many
post
heroes, so
the
many
video
great, great
actually in
people,
the
and we have to cherish
Red
those
Pill
people.
chat.
We can't
That's
forget
that's
those
the
people.
that's
We
the
have to
Vince
cherish
Dow
those
video.
people.
Yeah, I saw him in Vince Dow, but I looked at the
Have
original
you
after.
guys
That's-
ever seen the Baron Trump books from
And
like 150
building
years ago, whatever it
monuments
was?
to those
Facts.
Yeah,
The time traveler. What is it called? A traveling
They saved
tents
our
and
country.
Baron Trump video. Yep.
No challenge was too much.
I saw that back in the QAnon days.
Was too
Facts. Facts,
No
bud.
enemy was too fierce.
Yo,
Together, these
Trump
patriots,
is the
soldiers,
thug of the
endured
century. Blood is the next 50
because
cent.
they
He's
had
a
faith
whole
in
ass
each other,
dollar.
faith in their
Nigga.
country,
He's got
and
a
above all,
bubble
they had
now, man.
faith
He's
in
the
their
blackest
God.
president of all time. 34
Bro.
felonies.
Facts.
He's been shot. He got
Three baby
mamas.
Facts.
Just like our
Facts.
ancestors,
And he ain't
we
giving
must
none of them
now
money
come
less.
together,
Go.
rise above, asking for your vote. I want your vote.
I think Poppy died.
Gonna
What
make
does
our
that mean?
country
still
great
here.
again.
Oh, Poggy.
I had a,
Every
I had
day
a
I
dip.
will strive
but hold
to
on, hold on.
honor the trust you have placed in me, and I
he's
will
in the home
never,
stretch.
ever let you down. I promise that. I will never let you down. To all of the forgotten men and women who have been
I love
neglected,
Donald Trump.
abandoned, and left behind, you will be forgotten no longer. We will press forward, and together we will win, win, win. Win. Win, 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 win.
Everyone in the Forbes
Nothing
chat
will
just
sway
typing
us.
W. That's so funny.
Nothing will slow us, and no one will ever stop us.
Black dude in a cowboy
No
hat.
matter what dangers come our way, no matter what obstacles lie in our path,
Token
we will
token
keep
to go
striving
around.
toward our shared and glory. Together we will save this country. We will restore the republic and we will usher in the rich and wonderful tomorrows that
What's
our
up, brother?
people so truly deserve. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, brighter, happier, stronger, freer, greater, and more united than ever before.
Unity. That's what we need. Unity. That guy's got his cheese on top of his MAGA
And
hat.
quite
His cheese hat on
simply
top of his
put,
MAGA hat.
we will very
Honestly-
quickly make America great
He's from
again.
Wisconsin.
Wait, he mentioned Wisconsin.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Wisconsin, I'm
God
prepared.
bless
I
you.
already closed my bingo card.
God bless you,
I see.
Wisconsin, and God bless the United States.
She said
of
confirmed.
America, our great country.
Man,
Thank you
one of
very
the one
much,
thing though
everybody.
that this
Thank
really does open the door for, like, it just shows how many people are just anti-America. Whereas, let me make it a little quieter. But like, anyone that's saying that they disappointed that the shooter missed, or just hating on just hating on Trump for it, thinking it's staged, or someone like a Destiny take, who or just someone with Destiny's take in general, basically. It just shows like who because like anyone who's even on the like more Democrat side, who's at least somewhat sane, honestly, like can agree, this was not a good thing, and there's at least some unity in that sense. But then you show like the people who really you can't work with, you know what I mean? And sadly, there's a lot of people that are like that because everyone's talking about unity. Everyone's talking about unity, which something that like we definitely need, especially in general. But there's just a lot of people you can't work with whatsoever because they're just anti-America, anti just anything good, basically. And there's sadly just a lot of those people.
No, definitely. I was saying the other day that, like, I'm telling you, that kid taking a shot at Donald Trump has actually done, like, so many good things. Because not only, like I said, did it cause this, like, groundswell of support and basically won Trump this election, but it actually managed to fully expose Destiny.
Yeah?
Because here's the thing.
Well, no, oh yeah, sorry.
Well, because I've been saying for years, like since before and after, especially during the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff, that this man, no matter how reasonable he seems right now, he fucking hates all of us. He is permanently bad faith. Do not give him any airtime. Don't talk to him. Don't engage with him. He's not worth our fucking time. I'm telling you, he is our goddamn enemy. No, he's not. Destiny's the reasonable liberal. He's the one we can talk to. Did you see how he defended Kyle? Yeah, I watched how he defended Kyle, and I saw right fucking through it. He defended Kyle because Kyle killed 2 people. I'm not saying that's bad. Obviously, fucking go Kyle. But I'm just saying, Destiny wasn't doing it out of 2A principles or because he thinks self-defense is a good thing. He did it, or he defended Kyle because he's fucking bloodthirsty.
Like, maybe it's because I'm more new in terms of like my introduction to Destiny. I actually didn't even know about him like during the Kyle Rittenhouse, situation in general. Mm-hmm. However, like I've never heard anyone actually call him the reasonable lefty because because I've always heard
conservatives did.
Really, I never knew that. Because, like, how do I say the way I've seen him, and the reason why I still agree, though, to, like, I guess to still, in a sense, debate him, is to show how loony these people on the left are.
Dude, the only one that can bring out his real self is Andrew Wilson.
But, like, no, what I mean by that, though, is, like, it just, because he's the only one that actually is willing to engage. Because, most of the other lefties, they just stay in their own sort of, like, echo chamber. They're never willing to, engage with others.
That was one of the reasons why the right-wingers liked him so much, is because he would actually go on their shows.
But, like, I don't necessarily like him for that. Honestly, let me just say this. I don't like Destiny whatsoever. But the fact is, him talking is actually, and debating with the right, honestly is bad for him because it just exposes the leftist ideals and how evil they are, basically.
I agree. He had a good grift going for a long time, where he just basically was able to rein in his more stupid
Moderate.
takes and his more extreme opinions. He was able to rein them in for years in order to sucker gullible right wingers into giving him airtime. And
Yep.
but now he's gone completely mask off, and it's just a good thing. Tons of people have gone completely mask off. The short fat Otaku's gone mask off over this.
Yep.
All of mainstream media who took their mask off a long time ago, but like seriously, Joy Reid and fucking Rachel Maddow, like they literally are the conspiracy theorists now. They literally are sitting on live television talking about how like Trump totally staged this. This wasn't really a assassination attempt. Like,
wait, are you talking about when he went on Pierce Morgan?
No, I'm talking about Joy Reid. And
my bad. I was going first.
You guys are mispronouncing her name. It's Rachel Mad Cow.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Rachel Mad Cow.
No, like this instance has literally exposed this is obviously something that people more on the right like us obviously knew, but the thing is, to the moderates and especially toward like the kind of like the milk toast like Republicans. This literally exposes the left for who they are. Like they're bloodthirsty. They're bloodthirsty savages. Like they're
evil people. They're genuinely evil people.
They're genuinely hate-filled evil people. And if this isn't proof enough, then I'm sorry. You're just an ostrich with your head in the sand. There's nothing you can do about that.
The problem, and I agree. And the other problem is that this gives me kind of a fucking like, hate
boner.
No. What's the fuck's his name? Goddamn, the Dilbert guy.
No.
Scott.
Fuck.
Scott.
Scott.
What's his name?
The Dilbert guy.
Yeah.
Scott Rittenhouse.
No, his name is Rittenhouse. Let me look this. This is driving me crazy. I gotta look this up now.
It was Scott Adams. Scott Adams.
Anyway, I look at basically you look at Twitter since last Saturday night, basically, or X, social media, Instagram, social media in general, TikTok, where all the lefties hang out. And you see the things they've been saying, not just about Trump and how they wish he died, or how Crooks was a hero, or how Corey Capatore got what he deserved. Like, and then you look at all this and you go full Scott Adams is just like, you can't fix this.
Yep. And like TDS.
You can't fix this.
So, question: Did you watch? It was I think it was released on Sunday or Monday. It was James Klug's video. It was a man on street video asking people about the assassination attempt in California.
Yeah, I have it queued for the show this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna use it as the cold open or not, but I've got it queued up for the show this weekend.
Dude, Californians are just batshit insane. Like they're either far left or far right, and like the far left ones are batshit insane, dude.
Because like. The one thing I've like started learning more and more because like I guess and I brain fired but for a second, but I got it now. Like it really is an elitist coastal like sort of people that are the batshit insane leftoids. And when you start going further in, you start getting like these really like angry or right wing sort of people. Once you start going more inland in California, which is like a very interesting dynamic that really has just been starting to notice a lot more.
Isn't it like that, Orange County, like Venice Beach and all that's like still to this day has like a huge like neo-Nazi problem, like genuine. I'm not talking about the kind of like everyone to the right of fucking Bernie is a neo-Nazi. I mean a genuine fucking like neo-Nazi street gang problem.
Yeah.
Yep, they do.
I'd heard that. And they were talking. They were memeing about that shit back in the '90s. Like American History X is based on that culture.
One was funny. Me and my brother have actually met. Like,
we're part of them, Pelpy.
Yeah. but it's just like sometimes at a restaurant too, you'll see like they're like almost like biker like in a sense too sometimes. Yeah. And you just like see them around too. It's very it's a little bit of a funny thing.
Yeah, no.
But you do like when you're going more, I guess, eastward in California, it does become more and more, I guess, very far like right wing, like conservative, like. Well, like if you look at their What's up, bro?
Not necessarily. I mean, there are more right wingers, definitely toward like the bottom portion for sure, like toward the east, like the OC area and beyond. But I mean, we can't forget, guys. I mean, C8 California itself is just literally a liberal
I was
shithole.
gonna say, I thought NorCal was where all the Republicans were.
If we're talking about far north, north, everything above like San Francisco a little bit, but honestly, like that area is very like open land, very like
we're talking
rural,
about we're talking about like Yolo County and all that kind of stuff way up there, like Cisco County. But that's all like farmland, though. Like there's
to Pika's point, California Republican is still from California.
Yeah.
He's
it's funny. Yeah, I'll say this: California Republican is one or two things. One, exactly what you said, Palpy, or two, like an actual far right, like extremist. We're talking about neo-Nazi, like hateful, like haters. Honestly, a little bit like me and my brother, but because like it's either one or two things. They're thinking that the left is too far gone. But they're still like a kind of like a the classical liberal, or they're like, man, I hate these literal trash human scum, and they want to be like the farthest away from them.
Nah, fellas, I can change them.
I can but change them. But yeah, it's just what we were saying before, though. It's like the assassination attempt really did just open up. Like a lot of like the more moderate to like apolitical people's minds to like if they didn't really see how evil the left is to like wow, these people genuinely wanted him dead.
And the worst thing is, I mean, like the biggest form factor for any realization at that point is literally Destiny's take on the firemen that died.
Yeah.
Dude,
which I'll say this, right? Because like for years now, right? For at least 8. You had these sorts of, the mainstream media and like, a lot of leftoids, like talking heads online calling Trump like literally Hitler, literally the devil. You had, what was that one female like quote unquote comedian that like held a wax
Kathy,
head
whatever.
Yeah, the decapitated head.
Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, you had all these people that just for years spewed like literal just hate towards Trump. And as soon as someone, basically from their word too, he's Hitler. What do you want to do with Hitler? You want to kill Hitler, right?
She actually used to be hot, and I'm not saying that she's like suddenly stopped being hot when she did the Hitler thing. She's like 60, but I'm saying if you go back and look at Kathy Griffin in her fucking prime, dude, she was a smoking little ginger hottie. She was.
It's kind of like 20-year-old Hillary Clinton,
No, dog. It's like young Nancy Pelosi. Oh my
I was about to say, now hold on. I'm not. Now look, I don't think young Hillary was a looker.
Dog, she was like.
I actually was having this conversation earlier today. Was that like? So here's the thing. This is what we objectivists. This is the shit we talk about. It's like, okay, let's say you're transplanted into the 1950s. It's 1957. You're living in New York. You're running in the fucking New York philosophy fucking scene. And Ayn Rand takes a fucking liking to you, and you know how much she loves young, virile fucking men. So what are you doing it or not? Are you having sex with an ugly old Jew? I totally am. Absolutely I am. Listen, Ayn Rand wasn't a looker. I don't give a shit. I'm doing it for the meme. Of course I had sex with Ayn Rand. And Dustin was like, dude, how did you do it? How could I not do it? It's Ayn Rand. What am I going to do? Say that I'm not the guy that fucked Ayn Rand? Of course, I'd be the one dude that didn't. The woman was a giant slut.
Yeah.
But no, it's just funny. Like I said, this is what objectivists talk about. It's all like, listen, we all know that Ayn Rand wasn't that hot. If Ayn Rand wanted you to fuck her, would you do it? And I'm just like, of course I would.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Of course I would.
But what was I saying? But going back to what I was saying before, though, like again, you had all these people that for years were just like literally like they weren't directly calling for Trump to be killed, but they were doing everything, like saying everything around that. Basically,
it's called
right?
It's called fuck.
But you get what I'm saying though, right? But like, as soon as someone tries to, right, they're like, "Oh no, we're not for political violence. No, no, this shouldn't have happened." You know, blah blah blah. Well, like for years, you've basically been saying, or like fueling for someone to do this, basically, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So at the very least, those people are either dishonest in their hate for Trump, or they're dishonest in their apology, or like, you know, not apology, because none of them ever would apologize. They're dishonest in their like disavow for violence towards Trump, basically.
This I think is a great way you can compare like what happened. Like, look what just happened to Trump, and then go back and look at the way the right reacted whenever China threatened to shoot down Nancy Pelosi's plane when she went to Taiwan.
Yeah,
the right wing was like, listen. China. All right? We don't like Nancy Pelosi. We hate Nancy Pelosi. But she is the Speaker of the goddamn House. If you much as look at that plane the wrong way, we will fucking destroy you.
But I remember the memes that the right were making about that too. It was actually like putting her in a decent light, which is like insane to think about.
Yeah, it's just though that's my whole point. It's all like, yeah, we hate our political opponents, but we don't want them dead.
Yeah. Again, it's like the talking point with like Biden. You know, most of us basically hate Biden, but we're like almost in a sense feeling sad for him because he's a geriatric being abused by his like literal family.
Yep.
You know, no one wants him dead. Everyone just wants him to literally retire, go enjoy himself in like the Florida Keys. You know?
Or yeah, just go drive your. Well, no, because I don't believe the man can drive. But go drive the Corvette that you used to stash fucking classified documents. You love that car so much.
Yeah, good. You know, maybe not on the road. Maybe, I don't know if he's able to drive on the road, but you know, just go on a nice track.
Jack. I can drive just fine. Listen here, Jack.
Gotta get the Secret Service to like. Gotta get the Secret Service to clear the roads for real.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's like, so I'll give Destiny like this one thing. All right, he's at least being honest, unlike all these other leftoids that are just, you know, for appearance's sake, saying that they don't condone this political violence. You know?
Yeah, it would be really easy for them to do that, but they're not going to do it because they do condone the violence.
Exactly. They 100% condone the violence. Like, look at what was it, that Jack Black's like a band member who said something like that. Yeah, who said that, and then like
wait, remember Jack Black got he's banned from Australia now.
No, well, he hasn't been banned yet, but there was that one senator in Australia.
Yeah,
who's calling for was it Tenacious D is their band's name, if I remember correctly? Mm-hmm. Calling for them to be deported and have their visas revoked.
Yeah, so that they can't. Yeah, so that they can't tour, and it's not going to happen. But still, it was really Kyle. It was really dumb of Kyle to say that. It was really stupid.
Yeah. But like, really you know what I mean? But that's exactly what the leftoids think.
No,
you know what I mean? They don't act. Yeah, none of their apologies are actually genuine. But it's. You know, that's why I'll at least give Destiny that one, I guess.
Well,
that one thing where at least he's being honest in the sense of the left's hate.
Yeah.
You know, their vile, like disgusting hate. You know, I'll at least he's somewhat honest, even though in that sense, even though he's basically not honest in any other situation.
No.
But he's not trying to hide his
dishonesty.
Lefty just hate.
Well,
no. He's just not trying to hide his hate, basically, unlike everyone else.
He's had a really rough go of it the last year. First, Mel cucks the shit out of him, then she leaves him. Then the Phil Labonte stuff happened, and he figured all of the internet would rally around him and call Phil Labonte like a washed-up fucking gay rock star, and instead, everybody just dunked on him for how much of a fucking cunt he was being about the whole thing. And then the Trump thing happens, and he just lost it.
The thing that disgusts me, though, did you notice that he's actually gaining? So, if I was seeing someone who was looking at his, I guess, I think it was the Twitter, number of followers, and then, it was, kind of stagnant for a long time. He lost, I think, 1,000 followers when he first made the comments, but since then, each day, he's been gaining, over 1,000 to 2,000
that's
followers a
probably
day.
People who to unfollow
And these are all the
him.
people, and this is my hypothesis. Like these are all the people that are going to be like the shooter.
Mhm.
Like they're all people that are unhinged. They have like they're just like internet. They're just like internet Reddit basement dwellers.
I would.
And like even prominent ones, of course. But I mean, the one thing that they all have in common is like they're literal unhinged hate for people that are not on their side. You know what I mean?
I would imagine the lion's share of his uptick are old fans of his from back in his Nebraska Steve days, who
Oh,
have
yeah.
seen him go absolutely apeshit over this, and are sort of said, "Nebraska Steve's back. I'm coming back." Because as he's
Yeah.
tried to moderate himself over the last few
Yeah.
years,
It could, but
he
like,
lost a lot of his old
would there really
fans.
be like that, like thousands upon thousands of those sorts of people?
Well, yeah, because you remember that, like,
Yeah.
his growth,
Like who knew
well,
Destiny
here's the
at
thing.
that time?
His growth stagnated, but that's because old super lefty people from his earlier days when he was way more of a cunt. Because again, from about 2020 into 2023, he tried to rein in his cuntiness and be more moderate and more friendlier with right-wingers. So
It's
in
kind
this
of like
period,
how
all of these people were leaving him because he's all like, Nebraska Steve is gone. And that's what he used to
you
call
cut out
himself.
again,
Nebraska.
Puppy.
They called him. Can you hear me now?
Help there.
Yep, I'm still here.
Upper.
Help there.
It starts.
It
Wait,
literally, it literally says I have full connection. So
All right, anyway, we hear you again. We hear you again.
okay, good. But anyway, no, I'm just saying. I'd say a lot of it, not all of it, but the lion's share of it. So the largest chunk. I'm not even for all I know, that could only be 51% technically. But I'm just saying, I'd say that like the largest chunk of that are people who are old fans of his coming back, not new fans who have been won over or who are just discovering him because of all this.
I see.
But like I will say, I will say this. I have like really good news. I think coming out. There's some good, some good news coming out of the RNC. Good news for you guys.
What's up?
You won your child custody case. W Palpy.
W Palpy. Actually, here. You know what? Where's the thingy? Let me get myself a Dom DeMarco.
Also, I'm just
Don
watching
DeMarco.
I'm just watching the end of the like speech, like everyone on the stage, things like that.
Yep.
And again, it's just funny to think like like you were saying before, Palpy, like Joe Biden has like what 2 grandkids that literally does not acknowledge whatsoever.
Yeah, he has 2
Well,
grandkids.
like
One is Hunter's illegitimate child, who Biden does not acknowledge at all.
yeah.
and
And then like I'm just looking at Trump with his entire family, like playing with his grandkids, them like slapping the balloons around that are being passed around, just like giving them high fives, things like that. It's like,
He
damn.
loves his kids.
It's like, damn. It's like it really is the dysfunctional family versus the hardworking family, basically. It's insane.
Like I said, Trump's not Trump is not even close to the model father. Just the sheer number of baby mamas and all the philandering he's done over the years. But like,
yeah,
he
bro was a playboy.
clearly loves his kids, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
fellas, I don't know about that. After what y'all told me about Biden, I think I'm Team Biden now, guys.
But anyway, like I said, the good news for you two coming out of the RNC is if JD Vance makes it popular for white people to marry Pajeets, you guys might finally get them blonde white girls you've been looking for.
hey,
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
The only thing,
my Uncle Ruckus days are gonna come to light.
Yeah, boy. But again, the only thing I'm scared with white women is kind of like what Pearl said before, and kind of seeing it. They are the worst when it comes to divorce cases. Holy.
Yeah. Well, here's the trick. You guys are Catholic.
Look at Sloppy Daniels.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just get married. Just get a covenant marriage in the church, and don't get the state involved. There's not much.
You know what? That's fair. Smart man. You're not wrong. You're not. Wait, puppy. I wanted to mention this before. If that prophet sort of like, if those revelations does come out, and it turns out exactly how that guy said from the video I put in Red Pill in the channel.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Palpy, like I got to deal with liar. I got to do liar's work when he's not here. Like, I'm just saying, Palpy, maybe take some time going back to church, maybe a little bit.
So
maybe reconnect.
It's not that simple, boys. It's not that simple. It's not that I just don't want to.
Oh man!
No. I recently reaffirmed my deep and everlasting devotion to Randian objectivism. So, like, I recently had a come to Rand meeting with myself and started reading a lot of Rand again, and I'm all like, yeah! I'm a rationalist. I don't need supernatural creatures to tell me how to fucking function in this world. Yeah! But no.
Can I be honest though?
Mad love to
you really don't.
No, mad love to all of my Christian brethren and countrymen. But Jesus and I we don't get along.
I gotta take what Liar would say right now. One day I'm definitely gonna bring Palpy to the light side.
What it comes down to fundamentally is I just don't believe it, and I'm not gonna lie to the church, and I don't want to walk into a church just because I feel like I have to. Like I want to be there, and if I don't want to be there, then it'd be dishonest for me to go.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. I gotta work with Liar too. Just to make it so maybe gotta bring that speck of doubt.
See, well,
and then bring you back into believing.
I told Liar this before. I was like, I'm gonna break a lot of fucking hearts because I told him this, and I was actually serious about it. I was like, because here's the thing, where I'm a student of history. And I've been an atheist since I was 15, and all I've really done is just read history since then. If I ever do go back to the church, I'm going Catholic, man, because you guys it's the OGs. Every other church on earth schismed off of your church. Why the fuck would I pick all the derivatives? Just go get the original.
Palpy. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. The idea is bring in that the speck of doubt in what you're thinking in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in the Lord's word. Maybe start thinking oh man, maybe I do start believing in it.
Well, actually,
no. Palpy, just be Muslim. You can have 4 wives, one of each color that you want. Think about this: a Kathy Griffin in one hand, a good chocolatey angel in another, a nice lemon bay on your leg. And then what's the last one left? Let's get an Eskimo bitch while we're at it.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. If I had 4 wives, I would have to treat them all equally, and that would be impossible for me to do because one of my wives would be Laura Loomer, and I would treat her better than all the rest.
Well, Palpy. This is because after learning about the Jericho, I'm Team Israel. Let's go.
When
WLL.
When Israel wins, we all win.
Facts, bro.
Have you seen women? Have you seen their women with their giant, big old defense missile systems?
Serious question. What is up with Jewish girls and having big titties? It's not all. Like if you've ever seen Gal Gadot, she doesn't have giant knockers. Not not all. But tell me, there's not a disproportionate amount of Jewish girls with huge boobs.
Palpy,
I saw your tweet. Tweet, and I agree. We gotta thank the Jews for giving us Abby Shapiro. I agree.
No. Think about this. So Palpy, to answer your question, what do you think God's real covenant was in the Old Testament?
Khazar milkers.
Mommy milkers for real.
Yeah, boy.
Jewish guns, Jewish girls. It's all everything coming out of Israel is just all good stuff. There's nothing bad ever happened in Israel.
So I'll say this.
I can't even say that without laughing.
So me and my brother, we bought a gun recently, right? It was just a 9mm.
Who is we?
All right, my brother did. I was there for emotional support. Okay.
Who is we?
All right, my brother did. I was there for emotional support, and I got to shoot it, and without me paying a dime, and it was pretty nice. But I digress to what I was saying. But it was nice.
Hey, we bought it. Listen.
What's up?
Pika.
If
Andrew bought a gun and Tristan was there, Tristan would then turn around and say, "We bought a gun," and Andrew would not get up his ass about it.
No. See, I am getting up in my brother's ass about it because this nigga has been saying "we" for the longest time. There's no "we" in this. I did the paperwork. I did all this shit. This guy standing in the back.
Was I not standing next to you the entire
and then reaping the benefits? Bruh, you were standing in the back of the store looking at the motherfucking fishing rods, acting like you knew what the fuck a fish was besides sushi. The
Yeah,
fuck
hey.
you mean?
I'm gonna go have
Defamation.
sushi this
This is
weekend.
accusations. False accusations. I digress.
I bet.
False accusations.
I bet
Wait,
you're part of. I bet you're a part of Antifa too, brother.
Okay, that's taking it too
Oh
far.
my God,
But I
dude.
digress. I'll say this, Palpy. Andrew would 100% get on Tristan's ass about it. That would be the funniest thing.
They always get on each other's ass. This is true. They're just like, nah, I'm just kidding.
No, I know they would.
Exactly.
I know they would. It's just that whole like that whole like we're a team, we never betray each other thing. It's just funny. It's actually one of the most endearing things about the two of them is how much they clearly
Hey, brother.
are absolute bros.
Yeah.
Hey, brother. There are a couple things I would betray you for. Number one, it's Ganyu.
Yeah, Kitsune Lollies. Ganyu.
Sorry, brother. It's
Okay.
Ganyu. Number two is Kitsune Lollies.
I agree.
And number three.
I agree.
And number three, it's for a chance to isekai. That way I can kill you before I go, and then we can isekai together.
I agree with that last one. Also,
What is
I
this
agree with
heresy
Kitsune.
that I'm hearing right now.
Also, oh no, it's not heresy because we both agreed to it. Also, like I agree with the Kitsune Lollies. I mean, look at my profile pic. It's literally Senko with a wait. Bro, can I say this? Can it be right-winged Kitsune Lollies instead?
Sucks.
Yeah, so Senko with a MAGA hat, as you can see my profile pic, that would be literally wife. Literally wife. For
Holy
real.
God. Fucking speaking of isekais, Liar and Taki made me watch what's it called? I reincarnated as a vending machine.
Oh yeah. That's a funny show.
No.
I actually was enjoying it more than I thought I would.
Yeah,
No, it was a good one. I read the manga long ago.
But why I brought up us buying a gun though? We bought a speed loader, and it was from it was said made in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this: that speed loader is fucking godsend. I love it.
Yo, I before I bought that speed loader, Palpy, I originally was on Team Hamas, but after buying it and trying it once, I instantly crossed the border.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
I need to go look into it. I load my mags by hand, but it would be easier if I had a speed loader.
No, quite literally, the speed loader. It's called the Maglula, and
Uplula. It's called Uplula.
Well, the company is called Maglula, but the actual speed loader is called Uplula. You're right. But
Facts.
it like probably I used to have like pain in my thumb with the indent.
Oh yeah.
And it was annoying. And you know, like 9mm, like loading it into the mags, it's like a pain in the ass by hand.
Where you guys got the 10 round, where you guys are in California, so you only got the 10 round mags. Listen, it gets like the spring. There's more tension. You know, the more bullets you put in there. You know how hard it is at 10. Imagine that, but 7 more bullets on top of it.
Oh my god! Like I like even like a speed loader. The last 2 are normally still like kind of difficult. I bet like man that would be annoying. Yeah, I'll say this: the speed loader like has saved my thumbs. My thumbs are forever grateful to it. And so that means that. Oh, sorry, what?
Oh no! Go ahead, speed loader. You were saying?
I was saying because the speed loader is made in Israel. I love Israel. I love Israel now.
Fellas,
Israel high.
Let's get going now.
Saying.
Oh.
Have a good night, my dudes. I must get going though.
Actually, I forgot. My my mother has asked me to go do something. I am also going to need to go as well.
Yeah, I should probably cut the stream off. It's midnight in my time. I should probably go to bed, but I'm not gonna go. Yeah, no, it was good. Thanks for coming on to the stream. You know, helping me make content and all that shit.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to the next clown news.
Yep, thank you.